everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
We're off to a wonderful start.
Whoa.
We have
Jesus
a
Christ.
very full podcast this week.
Yeah.
I'm Gus.
Michael.
Miles.
Jack.
And Bernie. Luckily,
Hey.
it's not a bunch of people that all like to talk over the top of each other. Unlike every other time.
That would be good. I swear,
guys
this is
talk
the
over
one.
each other?
189 episodes. This is going to be it. We're going to finally not
You've
talk
done
over
189
each
episodes of this? Gee, congratulations, Gus.
other. Thanks.
So I was checking my phone. I hope
Good
you're
job.
okay with that. I have
I
a
was just talking over Jack. What?
quick little message.
So do you have plans for 200? Do you have anything special coming up?
I did not even realize there would be a podcast 200
Yeah.
until you just said it. When is that going to be? That's
Get the
gonna-
plan.
Probably 11 episodes from now.
11 episodes.
So for 100, we did the first ever video podcast.
Yeah.
So
We'll do this one in 3D.
For 200, you have to
We'll
show
do it
up
on
at
the
somebody's
moon.
house.
3D is interesting.
No, we'll mail it to people.
What is the point of a
Jack, pass me that beer.
I know a 3D video podcast? What would be the point of that? I can't even think of that.
What's the point of anything 3D?
So we
I
can
don't
say,
know.
fuck.
dude, do you, okay.
What's the
wait,
point
wait,
of having audio podcast with video?
What's the point of it?
wait, okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
3D is 3D dead yet? Like, have we
No.
reached like
Unfortunately, no.
the crest where 3D's falling off? I mean, at this point, what filmmaker goes that this movie is good? It would have been better in 3D.
Did you know the Avengers was not shot in 3D?
Yes.
Yeah, it was shot in 2D. They did the extrapolation thing that they do, and they're gonna do all the Star Wars movies like that too. So I don't think filmmakers have to worry about it anymore. They just shoot a movie in 2D and then they make it 3D in post.
That extrapolation used to be really shitty. They've improved it
Yeah.
significantly. Like though, anytime it's extrapolated, it looked like washed out and very swimmy and would give you headaches.
Yeah, but even Avengers was like, I wasn't like, thank God this movie's in 3D. It makes it so much better. I saw it in 2D and it's like, that was just as good.
I
and it
feel
was
like
$5 cheaper.
There's no point in watching a 3D movie unless it's an IMAX 3D movie.
The only
Like
movie I've
unless it's
seen-
like a huge,
Yeah.
like all enveloping experience, then it's like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. If it's
I, like
overwhelming.
I own a 3D TV and I have not once ever enabled a 3D.
You ever played any
setting on
3D
it.
games on it?
No.
Really?
That's
'Cause
fucking stupid.
No, it's not. Gaming's
have
really
a
not.
TV.
Gaming is the only thing I kind of enjoy in 3D. Everything else 3D wise to me is like, it's almost like graphics on a video game. It's really cool for like the first 5 minutes and then I don't even notice it.
yeah.
What was
What?
that movie?
Shut up. What 3D games can you play on the 360?
Black Ops is 3D.
Gears of War.
I know for a fact.
Isn't there a racing
Arkham
game that's 3D
Batman
too?
is, I think.
Oh really?
1 and 2.
Arkham City's 3D?
Arkham
All right,
City's
I know
3D.
Arkham Asylum
Both
is
of them are 3D, I think.
Game of the Year edition, I think.
Yeah,
is 3D.
Black Ops is the only one that I played. I'll look up and see exactly
Yeah.
what is in 3D on the 360.
Hugo.
What?
Was Hugo the movie about the kid at the train station with
Yes.
Sacha Baron Cohen? Yeah, that was a really good movie in 3D because they had lots of shots going through like the inner workings of a clock and all these like gears and shit. That looked really cool.
I can't bring myself to watch that movie.
Why?
I don't know.
love that
Like,
movie.
I've watched the trailer. I'll watch the trailer before I go to watch the movie on Zune. And I watch the trailer and I'm like,
No,
I'm
fuck
not
it.
gonna
No,
watch
fuck
that.
it. No, just watch it because I had no idea what it was going into it. Like I went to the movie one day. I was like, oh fuck, we'll see this Hugo thing, and it's like I had no idea what it was about. It was like, oh, some kid, he's an orphan or something. But it's all about like there's a whole lot of stuff about like movies and cinema and I don't know. It was cool. They have like clips from like the Trip to the Moon, that really old black and white movie with
George
that,
Méliès.
Yeah.
No, it's actually a pretty good movie.
it's a really good movie.
I've got it on Blu-ray if you want to borrow it. So I don't know.
I've got it
I
on
don't have the
DVD
3D
if you want to look at it in shittier quality.
I don't have the 3D version though, so it's just the 2D normal.
You have to watch it
version.
like a commoner. Yeah. It's a
close
good movie
one.
though. I really recommend it.
Wait, so
Hugo's
your
great.
3D TVs? How many pairs of glasses did it come with?
2.
Are they like the crazy like digital ones, or is it like just like paper ones?
Oh yeah, they're like plastic, and they have to charge. I guess
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have a battery in them
Paper
because they have like active shutters.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think they put like the red and blue glasses in the fucking TV box?
People are sheep, man.
There's
People
some
do
where it's
that.
like cardboard, and
Yeah.
it's just like a little film.
What a
in it.
piece of shit.
That's
Well,
a
no,
piece of
that-
shit.
How much is your TV though?
It's a little bit better to have that than have a glasses you have to charge. That costs
Yes.
$130 per set of glasses.
Well, see, if you have something expensive like that, you're gonna treat it with care. You know, like if you have
Bullshit.
cardboard, that shit's
What
gonna
planet
get
do
fucked
you
up.
live on?
You imagine
Yeah.
it would be
Like
better
Miles-
though, right?
Miles, I've
population
seen your
to me.
car in the parking lot.
Hey, I bought it like that. The paint was already coming off.
That's it.
The other day, I was walking through the parking lot, and I walked into the office. And I walked into Miles. I was like, Miles, you really need to check the air in your tires. You're like riding on your
You
rim.
saved my ass. I drove like the 30 seconds it takes to get to the tire place or whatever down the street.
The
And
gas
guy-
station?
Not the gas station. It's like a auto mechanics place. And the guy was like, "Yeah, you're really lucky that thing didn't explode on the way over here. There's like a strip going through it." And so I thank you, Gus. Thank you for looking out for me. I'm not an observant individual. Okay.
I was like, how do you not notice
I'll
that?
admit that. You got the Carson bow. Hey, I went downtown because there was a film festival in Austin, and so I went to go see a movie at the Ritz, which was the locally produced film. But then I went over to Paramount and I saw Do you know who David O. Russell is? He's the guy who did Three Kings and some other stuff. Did you hear the story about when he got in a big fight with George Clooney on the set of Three Kings?
No.
What?
Like they started throwing punches and everything.
Oh wait, maybe
who
do remember
won?
this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Three Kings is the Iraq War film with
It's Spike
Mark
Jones.
Wahlberg and Spike Jones and
Clooney.
and I think
Is
the
he
Like looking for gold
no,
or something.
Ice Cube. Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Is he the one that directed the one with Jason Schwartzman?
You want to look it up on IMDb?
IMDb.
I'm not touching it tonight. What's the name of that
Jack.
movie?
All right, real quick. Here's the list of 3D games on the 360 before I navigate away. 3D Infinity, Air Conflicts, Attack of the Movies. What is that?
Attack of the movies.
Wasn't that on the list that Ray gave you for Secret Santa? Type
Yeah,
of movies?
maybe.
It was that or Black College Football.
The BCFX.
Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City. Good call. Battlefield Los Angeles, or Battle Los Angeles. Black Ops.
Sucks.
Captain America, Crisis 2, Dynasty Warriors 7, Enslaved, G-Force, Gears of War 3.
There you
Green
go.
Lantern, Happy Feet 2, Invisible Tiger, Avatar, and some other stuff. Skate 2 is interesting.
Oh, Skate would be
on
interesting.
here. And for whatever reason, Top Spin 4 is a 3D game.
Yes, Top Spin.
And confirmed or unconfirmed coming up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. It says on here Combat Evolved Anniversary might have been 3D. I think it was.
I think.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
And
awesome game.
Ghost Recon Future Soldier, also unconfirmed.
So
This
at
might
this-
be an early list.
At this point, we're only about 2 weeks out from Halo 4, aren't we?
November 6th.
Yeah, it's close, man.
Remember
It's
to never
really close.
forget, was it? Is that
Remember
the
to
line?
not
Remember to
forget.
not forget.
Remember to not forget, excuse me.
But I'm actually worried if 3D goes away in movie theaters, the next trend is higher frame rate movies, which I can't
Yeah.
stand on television.
It looks weird.
That,
Yeah.
like, the 60 frames or whatever it is.
Which is what The Hobbit is. The Hobbit's
48.
48 frames. Yeah, it's 48 frames. And in fact, I know that when they've been playing The Hobbit at these expos, like there's one in Vegas where they take the films to market. It was a 48 frame film, and they shot it that way, but they would not show it in 48 frames. They showed it in 24 frames because they didn't want it to be like what everyone talked about. It just makes it way smoother when it pans, which I actually don't necessarily like all that much.
Yeah, I've got one of those
weird.
high refresh rate TVs, and it's really unsettling.
I turn that shit off.
Yeah,
me
I had
too.
to go through this. I had to go through a
that-
lot of settings to figure out like how to make it look normal.
Is that when there's like no motion blur?
That's right, yeah.
I have that on my TV. I bought that. Like I bought a 60-inch LCD TV, and I didn't know I
Right.
had that. And I just did, Gus. And I was playing Skyrim on it, and I was like, "Whoa!" It's just weird as shit to like turn, and like
Yeah.
nothing blurs. It's like perfectly clear the whole way. Like Lindsay was getting headaches for it, like
Yeah.
for the first couple times we played on it.
I don't know anybody that doesn't turn it off.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I left it on.
did?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I got used to it. I
like
really
your
like
girlfriend's
it.
getting headaches, and you're like,
Ah, dude,
deal with it, lady.
Guess what? She got over it. You know, you want to stay here, you get used to it.
man up.
I think video games is like that's the best sort of way to deal with that.
It
I
looks
like,
awesome,
But like
man.
TV shows and movies, like it's
I
freaky.
was playing Borderlands 2 the other day with it. It looked fucking incredible.
Everything ends up looking like a Spanish soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
Too
like
real.
too sharp.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
sets,
too video-y.
sets look bad.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
television show
Yeah.
sets.
Do you remember the first time Saturday Night Live went HD? And it was like everything was a little bit off, like they hadn't adjusted to it yet. Because it was one of the first live shows to do that, and it was just like everything seemed extra kind of shitty.
don't
And
remember all
the
the
makeup
cracks
was
in
like,
scenes.
yeah, it was kind of weird, but they've gotten better about it.
All right, let's go back here. So the David O. Russell film that I saw when I went downtown was Silver Linings Playbook. It's with Bradley Cooper in it.
Okay.
It's coming out later in November. It was awesome, dude. That was a great movie. It's one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. It had the girl from Hunger Games in it too, and Robert De Niro. was
Have
in
you
it as well.
seen that super long trailer for Cloud Atlas?
No.
Oh yeah, that
looks
really good.
It's like a 5.5 minute long
5-minute trailer,
trailer.
yeah.
You know that played in Austin at Fantastic Fest.
Yeah?
I know. Yeah, I know a lot of people that have seen it. It's pretty split reviews on that.
It looks interesting. It looks. I went with a group of people to go see Seven Psychopaths, which I really liked. But yeah, before that we were looking at trailers trying to figure out what we wanted to see. We watched the Cloud Atlas one, and everybody just thought it looked really confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it. It's like
I get that
a bunch
they
of
think
people
it's
through.
confusing.
It's a bunch of people through different points in time, but it's like reincarnation. Or
It's
something,
like the main cast plays 6 different parts. Like each of the main cast plays 6 different characters.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like The Fountain, though?
I never
That
saw
Hugh
it.
Kinda.
Jackman movie?
That movie was.
Wasn't the movie
Somebody
like
brought that
45 hours long?
The movie
Yeah.
was pretty
I didn't
long.
see
It
that.
probably just felt that long. That movie, I was really excited to see it, but then I'm watching, I'm like, what in the world? Come on.
You realize you
The,
had
the
actually-
worst experience I ever had like that was I think the first time I went to New Zealand with you. For some reason, we got off the plane.
So excited.
We went to the hotel, and you were like, "Let's go watch a movie." I was like, "Okay," because they had the movie theater with the big comfortable
Right.
couches,
Yeah.
or the big comfortable chairs. So we
Don't
went,
judge us.
And
I'll be honest,
we
it
went
sounds
and
great.
watched Match Point
Wow.
Oh,
after
yeah.
getting off of like a 15-hour flight, sitting in
Jesus
these giant
Christ.
chairs. It was like a 2.5-hour struggle, like pinching myself to stay awake.
Fall asleep.
It
That's
was
the
like
whole point.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson. Stay awake.
We actually did the same thing when Dark Knight Rises was coming out. I was looking to reserve tickets, and it was like Wednesday or something, and all the seats were already sold out for the weekend. And at the Ritz, you can actually reserve seats on the balcony. So I was like, whatever. It was like $40, but you have to reserve 2. But
Yep.
like, you got free parking, so it ends up like being the same price anyway. So I reserved them like whatever, and then we ended up seeing Dark Knight first, like at like the pre-screening or whatever. But Lindsay and I were like, fuck it, I already bought the tickets. We might go see it anyway. But you go in, and it's like you go up the elevator. You go in the elevator, and then you walk through like the projection room.
This is like 8 stories at once.
To
It's
get-
like, like 4 segues. Here, go
to
ahead.
get to the balcony, and there's a huge couch there the same way. It's just like
Yep.
a giant couch, and we're like, all right, let's watch. Like an hour in, I just went out. the people, there was other people on the balcony, and Lindsay said they were laughing at us because like I was sleeping and I was snoring.
I told that
love
story
The
about
Dark Knight Rises.
the time I went to see Inception, and someone fell asleep in the theater and started talking in their sleep during Inception.
Did you incept them?
When I was-
Jesus
which was
Christ.
like,
Go in their dreams.
I was like, is this a joke? Is this guy really
a plant?
asleep?
Whoa.
Yeah, is this like a viral marketing campaign for the movie?
While you're in the movie?
While you're in-
That's another level of Inception. They market the movie to you while you're watching the movie. It's marketing Inception too. But I learned that when the Wachowskis were in town to show Cloud Atlas, I learned something interesting, and that is that the Wachowskis are apparently extremely happy and very defensive of the last 2 Matrix movies.
Really?
Like, they don't often do Q&As because they don't want to be asked about the second 2 Matrix movies, because apparently one of them in particular gets really like upset with the audience if they ask anything negative about the last 2 Matrix movies. That they think they're great movies and they're
well,
very
that's 'cause
happy
they're
with
Did
them.
one of them get a sex change? Or am I thinking
Yes.
of
No, one of them got a
they
sex
did.
change.
Larry Wachowski became Lana Wachowski.
Lana or Linda?
Interesting.
Lana.
Lana. Okay. Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about that once before.
Linda
Yeah,
would
we
be
did.
ridiculous.
What's that?
I think we talked about that on the last non-video podcast.
Yeah, we
matter
talked
of
about it
fact.
fairly
Let's not talk
recently.
about it.
Yeah. Dude, did you see the Iron Man 3 trailer that came out
Can
today?
I say something? Can I say something about that real quick though? Last time we talked about it, I don't think we said anything negative at all, and we're big fans of the Wachowskis. Love the Matrix movie, and we were talking about him having a sex change, which is an interesting thing. And just the topic of conversation, we kept getting called out for
Yeah,
being
people like they said we're being offensive, and I was like,
Or that we
I
were
wasn't
being
ignorant.
negative against transgendered people.
right. And
Yeah.
we were literally just talking about it. I think maybe somebody made a he/she reference because they didn't know what to say.
Yeah, yeah.
And like we got completely called out for, and I don't think it's one of those topics. It's like even if you bring it up, it's automatically considered an offensive topic.
yeah, it's like immediately you're in a minefield where you just can't.
I think
you have to like watch everything
We even
you
talked
say.
about how stupid pronouns are because they have gender assigned to them, and how there should be genderless pronouns.
Yeah.
If you could come up with a genderless pronoun, what would it be?
one. That's what one does.
Well, there you
It?
go. Well, fuck.
No one ever says one though. Like that's what one does. Like,
Because it
Makes you
sounds
sound
too
kind of
formal.
pretentious.
but you also can't say it about him. It's like
Well,
like-
one would assume that.
Right,
you sound like a douchebag.
It sounds generic too. Like if I say Miles is going to the store and one's going to buy some lettuce. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense to say that, right?
Yeah, Miles gonna
know
go to
what
the
I
store
mean.
and buy some lettuce.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It
But you can
seems
say
the
he's gonna buy
coverage
some
is
lettuce.
fine.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of those things you like write. You like use one in like a college paper. You know.
I'm going to give you that.
Yeah,
Thank
one
you.
is definitely something you overuse
Hello.
in college.
Thank you, Burns. Where are you getting
That was
that?
to help you sit.
That was to help you sit. I'm moving my
You
chair
have back problems?
Yeah.
So,
back problem. Shut the fuck up.
You really liked Dark Knight Rises,
I
right?
fucking love the Dark. People were like, okay, it's hard to compare it to the Dark Knight because
the Dark Knight's better in
The
every
Dark
way.
Knight's great. Yeah, no, I'm not going to disagree
Okay.
with you on that. The Dark Knight is the best of the whole trilogy.
Yes.
What,
But
are you
people-
saying that Joker was a better villain than Bane?
Well, okay, Bane. You and I have been talking about the Bane voice recently because we discovered
the
how to
Bane
make
voice.
the Bane voice. And
We got to make.
Are you ready?
It's the absolute best. Here's the easiest way to make the Bane voice. You get an empty cup. And then you talk like a British man.
Or
I wonder how that sounds on the microphone. I hope it's picking it up.
I'm going to give it to the people.
you get a cup, or if somebody sends flowers to the office, you steal the vase, and then suddenly the people have created the world's greatest Bane.
I love
That's
your-
really good.
I
is.
walked around with this for like a week. Someone
Yeah.
got flowers. then they were throwing it away. I was like, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing with that vase? And we kept it.
That's
and then tried-
actually yours? You've
We
carried that
kept
around
that.
for that purpose?
Miles has that fucking vase within arm's reach
You're
all
a
the
piece
time.
of shit. I just thought he found it like today while we were getting
No.
ready, because he's been doing it all goddamn day.
Michael,
Ready for the
things are
podcast.
not that
And
simple.
Jack and I have threatened his life so often.
Yeah, we
for it already.
did threaten to punch him.
I sit here, I feel that the fire rises amongst the people on the couch.
I love this vase. Do it.
It's not going to
Do
make
it.
it. through-
Michael, give in to your feelings.
get
If
away
you
from
give
me.
him that, he's gonna break it.
You know,
I'm gonna hit you
I
with
actually
it, or
had a theory
just
the
throw
other
it.
day that Bane's plot to take over Gotham was actually super simple, but that nobody understood him. Like none of his henchmen. He's like,
Don't shoot them!
What? I don't. What is he fucking saying?
Let's search the city and kill every policeman that's found.
put the policeman underground.
No. It might get too complicated.
We decided that had they made The Dark Knight Rises just about 3 characters, you wouldn't be able to understand a word they're saying. There was
All right.
there's Bruce Wayne.
Where is he?
Then
That's
there's
Batman. That's not Bruce Wayne. That's Batman.
I'm sorry, you're right.
whatever,
There's Batman. then there's Bane.
The fire rises for the people.
I'm going to get you, man.
I was born in the darkness. You merely
And then there was
got it.
crying Michael Caine.
Crying my way. Ever you came into it all.
Yeah, which, by the way,
I worship you. Oh, what?
the house
cried.
burned down in the first one, right? Did he not? He's like, you cries echoed through these hallways. It's like it burned down. It echoed through shit.
Combine all 3 of them. Combine all 3 of them.
Michael, do Michael Caine if he stole Bane's mask. Do that.
Give in to the pressure, Michael.
I gotta think about this. If your cries, echoed through these hallways, ever since you are a baby boy.
I tried not to laugh so hard.
Jesus Christ.
I really
Dude,
wish that.
that's gonna sound like
Yeah,
on the audio.
That's
I
gonna
really
sound awesome.
wish that the Penguin had been in one of the Dark Knight movies, because then they could have had Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox being like, the Penguin migrates to Gotham City once every 5 years.
So Iron Man 3. Did you see the trailer for it today, Gus?
No, I
it
haven't seen it
looks
yet. Dude,
incredible.
It looks,
pretty cool.
dark as shit. It
looks awesome.
The trailer is basically.
Did you turn the brightness on your monitor up?
He did too. I watched it. He pushed the
It's
brightness.
Tony Stark getting the shit kicked out of him for like 2.5 minutes or whatever.
And
It's
him
sweet.
whining like a baby. Like,
Yeah.
people want to
Ever
kill me
since
and
New
jump.
York, people.
But there's like this crazy shot of it's Tony and Pepper Potts laying in bed,
The
and then
aliens.
someone in the Iron Man outfit or like costume grabs her and like throws her down. It's like, oh shit!
Be like a dream.
It's gonna be a naughty dream.
Well, you gotta shake
Yeah.
things up. You gotta keep things exciting. We've been together for a while.
You gotta get
Dude,
the Iron Man
fucking-
suit in the
Well,
bedroom.
speaking of trailers, at some point during this podcast, we're going to also we'll link to and show the trailer for the documentary that was made about us.
Oh yeah.
That the documentary crew was out here
Oh,
a
the
couple weeks
Schindler
ago.
guys that
yeah.
came down and made a documentary? Okay. And we have the whole trailer?
Yep, we have the trailer, and
Cool. When is that coming out? Do we know yet?
it starts tomorrow.
Really?
My God.
I'm sorry. It starts the 24th. I should
starts
give a date for
Thursday?
people who are listening to
I
the
gotta say
audio.
something. Having a documentary crew in the office was really cool, except for one thing, and that was whenever the cameras were around myself and Gus, Gus acted like a total asshat to make things funny and made my life fucking miserable.
Okay, you see, something interesting has to happen on camera to make it worth filming.
I'm gonna throw this
And
vase at you.
You
That's
were
true.
so
Podcast.
boring. I had to make something fun happen.
Something fun didn't happen. You came over while I was working and
No,
shoved all.
don't spoil it.
what did Gus
ruined
show?
it.
What happened?
There's a
Watch and
Tune in
learn.
to find out.
There's a tease of it in the trailer. Have you seen the trailer yet?
No, I haven't.
saw the
There's
whole
a little.
thing,
There's a
Gus.
little bit of that.
Well, how many parts is this thing?
I don't know.
The first part
Yeah.
was like what? Like,
Hey,
What the fuck was that?
Jesus Christ! Learn to drink.
the first part was what? It's like 8 or 9 minutes long.
No, you didn't.
Okay,
Sorry.
if actually we'll show the trailer right now if people are interested in watching, and we'll link it in the
Yeah, I
link
do
dump.
want to talk more about the Iron Man 3 trailer when we come back from this stuff.
Okay.
Okay,
Stay tuned.
go ahead.
You can show the trailer when you have my permission.
Is this gonna be like?
We have a LAN party for Halo.
No, this is
You
just a
gotta
trailer.
check
It's
out
a
Red vs.
minute and a
Blue
half.
and show me that. And back in 2002, Red vs. Blue was just so far beyond anything else that was out at that time.
That girl's got a really good arm.
Rooster Teeth were really innovators in defining what online video would be.
There's always been this sort of geeky crowd that kind of is into their style of humor and stuff, and it's just you generally didn't find that in television or movies.
You would not believe the time I had getting back.
People just like to watch video games being used in a way that you don't typically expect them to be.
Machinima as an art form is a lot more like live action filmmaking than it is like animation. It just happens to be in a world that doesn't actually exist.
We really just wanted to make content to make each other laugh.
I was already not doing anything, so it didn't matter. If it didn't make it, I don't know, I'd go work at a fast food place. Yeah, the thing fell.
I wouldn't be sitting here right now if we didn't have the internet.
There was no one telling us what we could or couldn't do.
They're their own distributors, and that is power.
Our philosophy for Red vs. Blue is we like making it, we're going to keep making it as long as people keep watching it.
What are your next goals of Rooster Teeth?
Well, we want to establish a colony on the moon.
Series is going to start on the 24th. First episode will be released. So I think it's called Infonaut, I believe is what it said.
Yeah, that's what it said.
So you should definitely check it out. They spent a couple days with us here in the office filming us, doing interviews. Should be pretty interesting. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
There's so many people to thank.
I didn't mean to distract from your Iron Man 3 talk.
All right, let's talk Iron Man 3.
If we're talking about trailers, that was a good opportunity to
Nice
talk
segue,
about that.
Gus.
So,
How do you? Shut up, Miles.
The villain apparently in Iron Man 3 is Mandarin. Now, Iron Man is a comic franchise, that always had super shitty villains in the comic.
Yes.
I mean, it was essentially Iron Man was the bad villain. Like, he was against himself.
Yeah,
because he was an alcoholic and all that. Deep. And it's like, even in the first two movies, you saw how it's essentially every villain was somebody who took Tony Stark's designs and then made another power suit and then fought him. And so it's always kind of like, I was a big Iron Man fan
That was
growing
the
up.
first Iron Man movie, and really the second Iron Man movie, too.
That's exactly what Bernie said.
Yeah.
But thank you for repeating it.
And that's the way it was in the comics,
No,
and that's the way it was
I'm
in the
sorry.
movies.
I thought you
the
said the
first two
comics. I was,
It's okay.
I'm a little drunk right now.
I like you a little bit. Forget it. So, the Mandarin is one of the few exceptions to that, where that's an actual Iron Man specific villain, and it's a terrible villain. It's a dude with 10 power rings, and he's like this Fu Manchu kind of guy. What? Yeah, and they actually set him up pretty well in the first one, but then the guy they got to play him in the first one is apparently not the guy in the third one. Now it's Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
When did they set him up in the first one?
So they talked about I want to say it was the 10 Rings was a terrorist organization that took him. Remember the dude who got his face burned? He was the leader of the 10 Rings. And I thought, they're setting up the Mandarin. Okay. That's who this guy is.
He could have reported to somebody. I mean, they may throw that back and
it is
link
true,
that together.
But it's cool if they would have set up that villain that far in advance.
Yeah.
Like, do you actually remember in the Tim Burton Batman movies, they had Harvey Dent in the first Batman movie. Do you remember who it was?
No.
It was a black dude, wasn't it?
And it would end up being Tommy Lee Jones in the original Batman movies.
Really?
Yeah.
It was.
Was it
Billy D. Williams?
Billy D. Williams.
Calrissian?
Yeah, he was Harvey Dent. He was Harvey Dent. It would have been an awesome Two-Face, right?
Yeah, that would have
I only know that because Brandon was telling me in my ear right before you started telling me.
Dude, that is Lando,
I did
right?
not have that.
I called it. I'll take it.
Yeah, there was something with, it was the Michael Keaton Batman, and they were at some kind of city dinner, and they had big Dent posters everywhere, and Billy D. Williams was making a speech as the district attorney of Gotham City.
That's cool.
Was he in the second one too, or just the first one?
No, he's just in the first one, and then they just abandoned him as the character.
I remember he gave a speech in the first one.
That's what it was. Yeah, he was giving some kind of speech at a dinner or something like that.
God, I haven't seen the first Batman movie in forever.
It's awesome.
You should go back and watch it. So Bane in the comic books. I never read the Batman comic books, but Bane in the comics was he's going for the base.
No, I'm ready. I like Batman. Batman supervillains are the best supervillains.
Yeah, but he's a smart dude. Bane.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Was he in the comics?
Well, he comes off.
I thought he was just a giant.
When he's juiced up.
No.
He was
a skinny little dude, and
Yeah.
he's got all these he's got a venom.
Yeah, Buzz, it's like the Incredible Hulk. Where
Well, see, he was always a big dude, and then he can juice up and get bigger.
Okay.
It depends also on what there's comics, there's the animated series, there's
depends what story arc.
Yeah, really.
Some of them he's like a big dude and gets bigger. Some of them he's like a tiny little scrawny guy, and then he injects this venom into him, and he's got all these pumps and tubes and shit.
That was
it's like a pack on his back.
It's like superroids,
and he
if he gave steroids, that's what venom is.
So where could one go about getting these super steroids?
I remember in Batman Beyond, which was the sequel series to Batman the animated series, which was awesome because it was like Bruce Wayne was like a piece of shit, angry old man. You imagine Bruce Wayne oh yeah, he's awesome, he's Batman. He hates his life, he's like a bitter old man. Yeah. And then this new kid comes along as a new Batman. But they had an episode in it where there was Bane patches, where it was a patch and you slapped it on and you got fucking high from it. But there was this one dude that slapped on a million of them and he got giant and crazy.
And that's Bane?
Yeah, it was the future Bane. They did that with some characters. They have reincarnation of characters and stuff.
It's over Bane.
I recently got the Arkham City Game of the Year edition. Terrible box art, great game. But
that looks terrible. Where is that?
It's at my home. But yeah, it looks like a magazine cover. The box art for that game is awful, but the game itself is fantastic.
And pull that up. Pull up the box art for Game of the Year edition.
It came with a free download of an animated movie called Batman Year One, which was an animated version of the Frank Miller comic that was done in like the 80s. That movie is fucking awesome. The cool thing about it is it's all film noir, and the story is 50-50 Bruce Wayne and Jim Gordon. And you get to see this really humanizing side of Jim Gordon, and he totally steals the show. It's Jim Gordon, Bruce Wayne, you get a little bit of Selena Kyle and her backstory, and then you got like Carmine Falcone and like all the scum of Gotham. But it's really a film noir story about police corruption, and then of course Bruce Wayne becoming Batman. It's like animated Batman Begins, and it's fucking awesome.
Well, I like that kind of stuff. Like, did you watch the Spawn series on HBO?
I watched
very
most
little
of that.
It was pretty cool, and I know
That
like
was
the first
Keith
Spawn,
David, right?
yeah, the first Spawn movie. I mean, McFarlane did it, but the first Spawn movie was really terrible.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
I remember, just say real quick, like as a kid, like that movie was so awesome. And like I watched it like 10 years later, and I was like,
yeah, but like
So we have the box art. This is really the box art?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the box
that's the
art.
box art.
God,
It looks like 10 out of 10. The game also.
10 out of 10.
Dude,
the game.
I will say, like
shitty.
Not only that's awful, but what they do now too is a lot of times, like if they have like an exclusive code with the game from like a store, like usually if you buy it from Walmart, you get one item. You buy it from GameStop, you get another one.
Yeah.
Like they put a huge like label on the game, and it's not on the outside of the box. It's like on the cover.
On the
like
cover
I had a game. I forget what game it was. The other day, it's sitting on my desk. There's like it says Walmart, like right on the cover of the game. And it's like a huge blue thing.
And we'll put that in the link up. We'll put the cover of the game in the link.
One of the new things that that publishers do that I like is that when you can take the sleeve out and flip it, and the other side has a much cooler
Borderlands 2 kind of
insert.
did that.
Borderlands 2
I don't know if that was really it or if people just did it.
Borderlands.
No, that's totally what it was.
Yeah, Borderlands 2. It was a little funny story behind the Borderlands 2 thing because.
Miles, let me ask you a question. Do you think it came with that printed on it by accident?
Well, no. Like, no. If you open
up wrapping paper and just printed the.
See, here's why I say that the Borderlands 2 box art is not reversible.
Right.
Because they put an indentation of Borderlands 2. Like it's not just printed ink. They have like an actual.
So it looks like
it's embossed.
So yeah, it looks like shit if you turn it inside out because you can still see Borderlands 2 backwards on it. But if you open up the disc, if you look inside the box, it looks like a cool like inside box art. That's why I say.
Yeah, but they wouldn't print it on the entire thing if that was the case.
It's actually a lot of money to print on the back side of that thing.
Well, when you open up the game, you're like, fuck, that's a good looking.
I will say for Borderlands 2, it's silly because it's embossed. So when you flip it around,
yeah, it doesn't
I
work.
feel like
Thank you. That's the word.
a recent thing. Like, what was there was the first game I saw that did that came out very recently.
I know a movie that did that. King of Kong
Skyrim
did
did that too.
But
Did
Skyrim
it really?
Yeah.
But the funny story behind the Borderlands one was the art on the inside. Like parts of it were stolen from another artist.
The Star Wars posters.
Not
which are
Ollie,
awesome.
Not Ollie Moss. I forget what the guy's name is. But yeah, like there was an artist who had done like they literally lifted pieces of his art and used it in the Borderlands.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars image of Tatooine, and then there's a Borderlands image of Handsome Jack, and they replaced C-3PO with Handsome Jack, and it kind of looks like, oh, that's really neat. It was inspired by this one artist, but no, yeah, they literally
it's like exactly
cut
if you
and
put it
I
side by side.
really love the voice acting for Handsome Jack.
Oh,
He's the best part of that game. Oh my god!
There's a lot of really good voice acting. I feel like the first-person player, like the first-person dialogue, isn't as good as the rest of the dialogue.
Fuck, it's a step up from the first game.
Yeah, you don't hear yourself very often. But yeah, Handsome Jack is fucking crazy good.
Handsome Jack is one of those villains that you love to hate. He's like Gladys. Gladys is a great villain because you love every time she insults you to your face.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Gladys and Wheatley, like those characters were very, very well.
Fantastic.
Well, you know, I haven't played far enough in Borderlands 2 to experience this character yet, but Tiny Tina, have you gotten that far?
Oh,
do you know who that is?
Tiny Tina.
Wait, okay.
Who is that?
So the voice actress who plays Tiny Tina is Ash from Hey Ash, What You Playin'?
No shit.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
That's what
Are
I was
you
told.
serious?
What that is?
Are we friends with her?
That blew my
Ash Ketchum?
mind.
So there's a web series called
Gotta
Hey
catch 'em all.
Ash, What You Playin'?
Yeah, Destructoid, right?
It's like a weird, like, cult hit web series. I don't know if it has an enormous amount of views,
It's pretty
but the
funny.
people who watch it love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of. It always starts the same way. Like her brother walks in the room, and goes, "Hey Ash, what you playing?"
Yeah.
And she's really quirky and weird.
She's super weird.
So do you
definitely-
as
do
is
you
her
like,
father in the show.
Do you like Tiny Tina? You've not seen Tiny
I
Tina
love
yet.
Tiny Tina.
I finished the game 3 times.
So, I thought you said you had. I'm sorry. I thought you said. Okay.
I haven't finished the
Are
game.
you a
He
fan?
hasn't
Are you a fan of Tiny Tina?
She's okay. She's all right.
I hate her.
Why?
hate her?
I hate her.
I didn't like her
like
introduction.
that whole like, oh, this gnarly lab, like that
hates
kind
her.
of. I fucking hate.
Because she
that
doesn't
kind of
use,
shit.
she uses made up words. Hey, do me a flavor and
Yeah,
go
it's
get
like-
that thing.
It drives me fucking crazy. It's like, just
get
use
out of my
fucking
shop
words.
or I'll punch your butt.
I'm gonna punch
That's
your face.
how tiny
Stuff like
Tina
this makes
rolls.
my blood start boiling. It makes me want to
True.
smash vases.
Hey, you did tweet
I wish
about how
I
you
wish
break
I
my
had a
face.
vase somewhere within grabbing distance to
You
smash
may
on
strike
someone's
me
face.
down, Jack, but you'll never destroy my message.
Something about
Get out of my shop.
you are playing with fire, sir.
We'll just take you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna get burned.
You're gonna get
So anyway,
burned.
Let's block all the exits with tractors.
A fusion reactor?
No, listen to me, listen.
Bernie's on my side.
So anyway, Tiny Tina drives me
Benevolent
crazy.
bro, Bernie
It's
Bang.
like I burned through her stuff as quick as I could. I'm like, nope, not doing any of her side quests. Nope, I'm good.
At least it's an interesting
Not
character.
doing her
and
side
it's-
I like the idea of like a 14-year-old like, munitions,
I mean, at least
munitions expert.
It's
But
like a character that's memorable. It's not just another like, here, go complete these missions and come back. You know.
I guess so.
It gives a lot of flavor to the game.
But really, are there any characters in Borderlands 2 that aren't memorable? I mean, like
But
they've
that's
got-
the point. At least they're all memorable.
Yeah, but they don't have to be that annoying sort of like.
That's what contributes to making it a good game.
I will say, I'd rather have an annoying character that I hate than just a bland character. So
I guess so.
Are you gonna say Claptrap is not annoying? I mean,
I don't know, I think he's
Claptrap
fucking
was way more
hilarious.
annoying in the first game
Yeah.
when he would wait for you in Firestone, be like, "I'm dancing, I'm dancing."
Yeah.
Right.
If I had to hear that one more fucking time, I was gonna punch someone.
Punch Michael.
I was so glad that he does not have that repetitive dialogue.
But see,
this
now
time.
every time I'm in Sanctuary, it's like, here comes a drop. Whoop, 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 which was
But that's
funny.
the
The first
best.
time.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, no, it was funny. Now it's like,
I will say towards the end, like not being specific, but towards the end, Claptrap stuff is pretty damn funny.
that's cool.
Like,
his first, the first objective that you get when they're teaching you just like the basic.
Get his eyeball and shit.
Yeah. Before that, even it's like, follow me to my house, and then was it you follow him? Your objective was like follow Claptrap to his house, and he says, "All right, your ability to travel a short distance without fucking up is going to be Jack's downfall." or
Without
something.
dying.
Without
Yeah.
dying is Jack's downfall. Yeah. That was, I don't know, just that little intro.
The
was
fucking
fantastic.
double rainbow thing was hilarious.
That
too.
was fucking
Yeah.
funny.
With Claptrap and Handsome Jack
Handsome
both. It was
Jack.
awesome.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
The fact that they pulled off the double rainbow
They both did
dialogue
it really
and it
well,
wasn't
too.
bad, like it wasn't
Yeah.
corny. It's like, okay, these
There's
guys
a
know what the fuck they're doing.
Shitload of references in that game.
That game has so many.
So
fucking-
we have a user on our site, Flash 2000. He did a Photoshop of Mitt Romney's son as
Handsome Jack?
It's fucking spot on, man. He's like, I
can
whipped
see
this thing
that.
up in like 20 minutes. We can put it linked up, but it's really, really funny.
That's funny.
He texted it to me. I'm like, yep, that's perfect. It was the photo from the second debate where he's
was real
looking
intense.
angry, but like he cut out his face and the little like thing. It's really, really good.
After you beat the game, one of the custom heads you can get is like the Handsome Jack mask. You can
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
character
Yeah, I know
wear
a
that
guy
mask.
who's playing
wear the
that
shit
who
out of
has
that.
that on his Zero character, and it looks really fucking weird.
Yeah, it looks weird on every character, I think.
It looks really
Is
bizarre.
it just like his face? Like
Yeah,
exactly?
it's like Handsome Jack, like he's wearing a mask. You can see there's like two rivets up here and like one here. So it's just like that mask on whatever character you play with like the attachment points.
What did you play as in Borderlands?
I played a Siren my first two playthroughs, and I'm playing a Necromancer now.
Which one do you like better?
Siren.
Really?
Siren was fucking
Siren's
awesome.
I played as a commando in the first one, and it was like, oh, it's okay. Playing commando helps if you're playing by yourself.
I
because-
like playing Commando.
Just
Yeah.
that statement alone, playing Commando is better when you're playing
Well, no,
by
the good thing
yourself.
about the commando class is you can throw out a turret, and a lot of times it's like the bad guys are just always coming at you no matter what. So if you throw down a turret, it's a little bit of a distraction. But if you're anything else, you're fucked. Thank God the Siren has the phase lock thing, so
Yeah.
you can freeze them in place. But
Yeah,
I
like-
don't know how you play that with any other character.
I'm just like a
I
crazy.
started as a Zero, and I don't use the Zero's power ever.
What?
I don't
Really?
know what to do.
Oh yeah, no, I'm wrong. Zero creates a hologram too, so it can kind of distract shit.
When he goes invisible, then he can see like crit hits.
Yeah.
Crit points. Yeah, we tried to teach that to Gavin. He had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
I didn't know what I was doing.
although Death Trap is fucking cool, man. The
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Necromancer, you summon a robot.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit.
And it's like I like because as you upgrade the Death Trap, he gets like bigger and bigger and like has more blades and shit on him. So.
That's cool.
Well, he seems like he takes a ton of damage. Like
Yeah,
he's
he does.
awesome. Like
Dude, like even at level 5.
like as soon as I got him at level 5, I would just like summoning him to clear out areas. Like I would just wait there, and be like,
Yeah.
all right, he's done. I'd run around, pick up all the loot.
I just started playing Borderlands like the other day, like really playing, and I started with Lindsay, my brother, and a friend of mine. So like we started 4 players from the beginning, and my brother used the Necromancer because he just downloaded it, he didn't try it yet, and he's fucking terrible at video games, like awful. And he's just like, oh, let me try this thing. Once we got to level 5, it's just like he just like kick back, and I'm like, this thing's so much better than you. Like, this is awesome.
He just has to hit left bumper
It-
every 2
yeah,
minutes.
it's just it's health. It's like it lasts forever, man. And then like the second it's gone, he's like, oh, I can do another one. And throws it like the respawn time is like nuts. It's like a minute or
I've
something.
never had a death trap die yet. Like the timer always runs out before they run out of health.
Those things are awesome.
I don't know. As fun as Borderlands is at the start, when you start with 4 people and you're like, oh, we'll all play together all the time, but then everybody has conflicting schedules.
Well, you have to make separate characters. It's absolutely
Yeah,
impossible.
you got to do that.
You have to make a static crew of like, we will only play this character when we're all online.
As great as the writing and the jokes are, like I just hit a point where it's like I'm just tired of walking around and picking up. Like I heard you talking about on the podcast how you have to pick up and hold X and I don't know, just like the looting after every fight gets really, really repetitive. And now I'm just playing
Opening
Mortal
shit
Kombat
up.
again.
Yeah, same as Skyrim. It's just like, how many times can I go back to town, make daggers, and sell shit? How many times can I do that?
Yeah.
Where are you going, Mikey?
I gotta pee.
All right, Mikey's leaving us to go
Be
pee.
safe.
See you, Mikey.
Yeah, like at this point, like looting for me in Borderlands 2 is like so blasé. Like if it's not purple or orange, I'm not gonna look at it.
How shallow
It's
and
like,
pedantic.
I was like, I don't care about anything. I'm not picking anything up if it's not purple or orange.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, they have this thing, everyone says, oh, it's so much better because you can mark everything as trash. Like, marking it to me is the same as selling it. It's just like, I gotta go
That's a
through
good point.
and mark shit.
It's just like it's like immediate. It's like, oh, after instead of having to be like later when I get to a selling point, I have to remember to sell
Right.
this piece of shit. Now it's like fucking
just mark it, and whenever you get somewhere, just hit the.
Still though, it's like having to go through and going through the inventory and split screen is awful.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it
it's pretty rough.
sucks.
Can you do like 4-way split screen on that?
No, you can only do 2.
Man,
Okay.
you know what game that I've
It would be
been
impossible for.
You know what game I've been playing the shit out of, based on Gus's recommendation, is fucking XCOM. Enemy
XCOM
Unknown
is fucking
That
amazing.
game is incredible.
Is that a strategy game? It is, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like a turn-based strategy.
The last time I was on the podcast, I mentioned Gladius, which was the warrior-based game, and it's like it's the new version of that game, basically. Like the same sort of idea, except it's aliens and lasers and space marines. It's fucking
There's
awesome.
essentially like 2 different games you play. One where you manage your base, building upgrades and making your base good, and then 2 where you actually send your squad out, manage your squad, and do alien combat.
Dude, there's nothing worse. Like, so you the thing is too is like these characters, these individual characters, you build them up. So as you play them more and more, they get more skills and they get more like HP and stuff. And nothing is worse than losing one of the guys you've had around for a while.
that sucks.
Not only that, but they have a memorial. So like, if you lose a soldier, you can go visit the memorial, and it has their names, it has how many missions they were on.
It also has their pictures in the background, like little fake snapshots on the wall, like in Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
Remember
he had a family.
Too much,
So you
man.
see like all the pictures, and then it plays like bagpipe sad music, and it scrolls their names down. And it's like with their rank, their name, the number of kills, missions, and the date they died, and the name of the code name of the mission they died on.
It's so depressing. It's like I had a character named Snipey Jones that I lost, and I was like, Snipey, no!
I'm trying to imagine the memorial service for Snipey Jones.
Yeah.
What's funny is
poor Snipey Jones.
if you go to the
gave
memorial,
his life- Mrs.
typically it's
Jones.
like maybe a colonel, maybe a major, maybe a couple of lieutenants, maybe a couple sergeants, and then a fuck ton of rookies.
Yeah, rookie.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Like it is so hard to keep a rookie alive in that game.
Yeah, rookies are man. Those guys just they absorb bullets somehow. I don't know how they do it, man. Okay, so when you're running a 6-man operation, Gus, how many of each class do you have? Do you have most like assault, support,
I
sniper?
normally take 1 sniper and all assault. Other than
Really?
that. Yeah, I don't like playing supports. I don't like heavies. Maybe I'll take a heavy.
I've got a colonel who's a support.
XCOM.
Like, I have a colonel who's a support class who he's a badass dude. I love bringing him in because he's got full health, or he's got tons of health, and he also goes in and heals everybody.
See, my strategy is I don't want people to need to get healed.
Okay.
I want to be like first strike and
But
kill
yeah.
everyone. Like with my sniper, I can typically with sniper and assault, I can typically kill everyone as soon as I see them before they even get a chance to fire.
That's true. But
So that's
sometimes
my
you get
strategy.
overwhelmed. Like nothing's worse than revealing like 9 enemies at once. Like send a guy out long and then it's like, whoa, shit.
Well, then don't do that.
I will say, I haven't played XCOM, but I've seen Jack play it, and as I was walking in from my pee, which is awesome, I heard him talking about Snipey. I was there when he was like, no, Snipey! Like, I was sitting in the room, he actually said that. He's like, oh,
Snipey!
I had that guy for like,
Snipey!
yeah, you've been
Damn
20
it!
missions.
I can relate to
He
that.
was so sad.
In BioShock 2,
That's
if you leveled up a certain perk or plasmid, you could repair all the little like fly little sentry bots that would follow you around.
Yeah.
And if you leveled it up like to its maximum level, it would give them names too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had a little bot named Scooter, and I love Scooter, and he was with me all throughout like the last level, and then he finally got destroyed. I was like, no, Scooter!
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait for BioShock Infinite.
The
Yeah, it looks
fucking
incredible.
BioShock Infinite trailer that came out, was it yesterday?
one?
It's pretty good, man.
Was so good.
I
Can't
haven't
believe
seen
you
it
just
yet.
hit your chair.
Yeah, it's true.
Mike's over here. It's on me now.
You start slamming your chest.
Just
pick
it up and throw your chair.
That's how passionate I was about that Bioshock Infinite.
All the rules are out the window.
That's some
I
passion.
cannot friggin' wait for that game. I
So
love
that comes out
Bioshock.
February?
February 26th.
Love Bioshock. It's one of my favorite games.
This is a good time of year. A lot of stuff's coming out. What are you guys looking forward to? Movies and games and TV.
Looking forward to Cloud.
By the way,
aside from Halo 4, everyone's looking forward to Halo 4.
Right?
Okay.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Why do you say aside from that? It's important to say Halo 4.
No, I'm saying we're all fucking, because we're all going to say Halo 4.
Don't speak for me.
Are you not into Halo 4? Are you not excited for Halo 4?
Don't speak for me.
I wasn't excited for Halo 4. I'm now excited for Halo 4.
Assassin's Creed 3. I'm so fucking pumped for Assassin's Creed 3. Like the trailers that have been coming out for it, and that's one arc. I mean, it's funny. Like so, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. Ezio was the main character in that game, right? Because the first one was Altair, and then Ezio was the sort of the new character.
Games.
Yeah.
That character, for the first time ever, I followed him from literally birth until the point where he kind of quit doing what he was doing.
Just like Snipey.
Yeah, and it's like, but the thing is,
you get this guy. He followed him from birth until quit.
Well, he did.
The thing with Ezio, it's like I don't want to play any more games with him anymore.
No, I don't blame you.
Like I'm content. Like his story is finished, and I'm okay with never touching him again.
What's another character like that though? Isn't Snake kind of like that from Metal Gear Solid? He's now this old rickety dude running around.
I mean, if you want to talk about spoilers,
cut it out, terrorist.
He dies. But I mean, or like, the game came out how many years ago? The game came out.
Yeah, that's fine. What? I guess they're handing that off to Raiden now, though.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get into Assassin's Creed literally for years, and I can't do it. And I feel like there's something wrong with me because everybody.
Are you starting with 1 or 2?
I beat 1.
Okay, 2 is incredible.
2 was no. 2 was good in comparison to 1.
2 is great.
2 is infinitely better. 2 is
infinitely better than 1, but I think the reason people were like 2 was the best was because the first one was shit.
I never played the first one until recently.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. This is my opinion. I just can't.
Your opinion is wrong. I started on 2 and went to Brotherhood and then Revelation, and like I fucking love those.
I just feel like 70% of Assassin's Creed is hold A and press up on the controller. Like that's what I feel like. Because everybody's like, I love the free running. It's like free running is just holding 2 buttons, and all you have to do to win a fight is just counter, and
dude, nothing is better than like sneaking up on guys with like bows and arrows up on top of roofs and like grabbing them and throwing them off buildings. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know what else is awesome? Like Halo and.
So you're more of a first-person shooter guy. I mean, that's your preference in gaming. Don't blame
me.
No,
I like because I'm super because I played the Uncharted. I played a little bit of the Uncharted series. Uncharted's awesome. Although I will say, and Dead Space is great too.
Dead Space is fucking
real quick. I just realized something.
Interrupt your own story.
I'm going to interrupt myself.
All right.
Wow.
There's something that games are doing.
Kiss.
There's something that games are doing that I'm not sure if I like or not.
What's that?
And that is ever since but ever since Uncharted came out, I feel like there's a lot more third-person cinematic games, which is fine if you want to make a great, beautiful third-person. It's just I'm seeing lots of trailers where it's like, it looks like gameplay. Oh no, explosion set piece. Like a lot of games just seem to.
Uncharted's not that original a game. I mean, it's basically like a male Tomb Raider.
It is, but it's a really good male.
It's a better Tomb Raider.
Indiana Jones.
Tomb Raider.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like I get maybe it like restarted that, but I mean, cinematic
I'm not talking about the premise of the game. The premise of the game is not very original, but the way that it's done, there's lots of like.
It is a really well done game.
There's lots of big cinematic set pieces.
So you're saying it inspired a bunch of other games to be good?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like no.
Miles.
Just
games make other games
better.
I've raised the bar. Oh.
Watch the Uncharted trailer. Then I just remember what made me realize was the last E3 was watching the Dead Space 3 trailer, the Tomb Raider trailer, and the Lost Planet 3 trailer. All look the same. They all look like the same game, just in different settings.
Dead Space 3 looked like other games?
It looked. Yeah, no, it did. It looked like.
All right, let's talk real quick about Dead Space 2 versus Dead Space 1.
Yes.
I like Dead Space 2 actually.
I think Dead Space 2 was worse than Dead Space 1. I really do.
Well, you say worse makes it sound
story-wise and gameplay-wise. I thought it was a setback.
I thought story-wise it was not as good, but it was definitely close to the first. The first game is fucking phenomenal.
It's fantastic.
But as far as the actual gameplay goes, I do agree with you. The first one was better.
There's stuff you do in the first one that you don't do in the second one. Like the thing where you're blowing down the asteroids with the turrets.
I hated that. I thought that was tedious.
I get it, but at least it's a different kind of gameplay in the middle of the game. And the bit where that tentacle would grab him and yank him and you had to shoot the tentacle.
That was neat. I will say, I died the first time because I thought it was in a cutscene. And I was like, oh fuck, I need to be shooting this glowing thing.
Yeah. They did some of that stuff with what's the big thing that like the Hulks or whatever.
The Leviathan?
No, I don't know what they're called.
The brutes.
The brutes?
Yeah. There's one where like you do this ridiculously long cutscenes where you tumble through shit.
Are you talking about in 2?
Yeah.
In 2, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
But it just like in 2, it just felt super repetitive, and your girlfriend in the that's following you around constantly is just like I already felt like I knew where that was going and everything.
I feel like I don't know.
It's a great series, though.
I think it's done a really good job. Yeah. Both the original and the sequel were great. I think the gameplay was better in the second one. I felt like I didn't have to be sifting through shit in my inventory all the time. Yeah. The lack of backtracking was really nice. I always felt like I was going to a new location. Like the daycare thing, that was like,
damn.
That was those babies were awesome.
That fucking the stage and that school. Oh my god.
What I like
play.
Jesus Christ.
What I like about Dead Space 2 is that it handled a problem that horror games run into a lot really well, and that is the first time you play the first game in a new horror franchise, it's like, oh my god, what are these monsters? So the necromorphs, what the fuck are these monsters? This is crazy, this is scary. Right. The second time you return to that same series, the player and the protagonist both know this thing. It's not going to be as big as a shock, so how do you take that up to the next level? A lot of games like Resident Evil 5, I won't say 6. 6 is apparently really good, according to you.
6 is pretty good.
But like 5, for instance, it was a lot more, there was a lot more action and stuff.
Yeah.
What Dead Space 2 did was, there was a lot more action. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
The protagonist has grown. He's now kind of knows what he's dealing with. But they gave another thing to be worried about, which was Isaac's sanity. And they played it up like, you don't know if you can trust Isaac. That I never bought into. But I cared about Isaac so much more in this one. And I was really concerned when they were like, yeah, he takes off his helmet and he's going to talk. I was like, I don't know about that. But he was legitimately an interesting guy. And a lot of times I felt like he was saying what we were all thinking, which was, what the fuck is going on? Why is this happening? I took care of this.
Did you ever play Eternal Darkness on the GameCube?
I did not.
I played a little bit of it.
It was a game.
I played a little bit of it. No.
Yeah, where you
wow, way to steal my line.
It was a game you had to manage your character's sanity.
Yes.
Like the more crazy stuff and fucked up stuff you saw, like the game would change and you weren't sure if you were seeing stuff that was real or if it was your character going insane.
It would fuck up with your game too. Like back when
it would act like you
muted the TV. Like back when all TVs just had a big green mute word in the top right corner. It did that. If you thought, it was really
one
neat.
time it was like, there's no game in your GameCube. You'd be like, what?
It was really neat.
Yeah.
I will say, spoiler if you haven't played the first Arkham Asylum, but that was ages ago.
Yeah.
God.
I remember when I worked at TSTV and I was working on Video Game Hour Live, I was doing a review of Arkham Asylum, and I didn't have my Xbox with me at the time, so I had to borrow my roommate Kyle's, and it was raining outside. He said, just be really careful with my Xbox. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I hiked over to my side, to TSTV on campus. I set it all up, I was playing, and I got to one of the last Scarecrow encounters. And if you've played the game, you know that in the last Scarecrow encounter, there's a point where you cannot escape death, and you die, and it says, would you like to retry? But shit's fucked up, and then all of a sudden the game starts. No, the game, like it won't let you hit continue or something, and then all of a sudden color bars come up, and the game, it makes awful sounds. I was terrified I'd broken my roommate's Xbox. I was so scared I'd broken his Xbox.
That happened in Metal Gear Solid.
It legitimately scared me.
I was Psycho Man.
You were roommates with Kyle?
I was suite mates with Kyle, our floor manager right now.
I didn't know that.
Sweet. Yeah.
Don't wave, they can't see you.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Kyle just waved off frame.
And Kyle also helped me
audio
a few of the recent episodes of Red vs. Blue Season 10, so props to Kyle.
When you guys were new and I didn't want to bother learning your names, I don't know if you remember this, I went through a period where I just referred to you both as Kyles at the same time.
Oh, I remember that.
I was like, hey, Kyles, come over here. I was like, I knew I'd get both of you.
Remember that one time you kicked me out of the office because you didn't know I was the intern?
It was your first.
I showed up and I was like, hey, I'm here to see Brandon. They told me to meet me here at 5 o'clock. Well, no, first I'd walked in. I was like, hey, Gus. And you're like, ooh, from like a prairie dog from behind your computer. And I'm just getting stuff set up upstairs. And you walk up, like, hands behind your back, really sheepish, like, hey, what's going on, dude? I was like, oh, yeah, I'm here to meet Brandon, Chris. I got stuff going on today. And you're like, that's cool. So, yeah, they went out to lunch. Probably won't be back for half an hour, so...
Get out.
If you could just...
No, you were like, oh, it's cool, I'll wait for them. And I was like, no.
Yeah, no. So instead, I just left work at GameStop to come and put in my work as an intern, and you're like, yeah, you can't be here. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go back and just stand around with my manager.
Yeah, you were like, I guess I can go back to GameStop, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you should do.
Why don't you do that?
You should do that. Okay. Bye.
In your defense, Brandon didn't tell me shit.
Well, that's because
it's Brandon.
Yeah, that's Brandon.
How is that in Miles' defense?
Like, it's not his fault.
Wait, no, yeah, that's
his deflecting blame. He didn't put a bad image on himself. It's just Brandon didn't warn him.
I gotta say, so we're at the front, the achievement office is at the front. We're pretty much when our receptionist isn't in, if the doorbell rings or someone knocks on the door, I'm usually the one who jumps up and answers it. Or if Adam's not there,
he springs up and runs to the door
because
he likes to greet someone.
Whatever. And but it's gotten worse and worse because there's so many people that work at this company, so many different things going on that someone will show up and be like, oh, I'm here for X, and I have no idea what the fuck that is, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
I'm here for Bernie Burns too.
It's kind of scary though because even yesterday someone showed up that was incredibly important that I had no idea they were supposed to show up, and I was like, hey, who are you guys with? And like, oh, we're with this person. And I was like, oh shit, I know who you are now. That was very bad of me.
Oh,
I'm going to go
Jesus.
get the person you should talk to.
Yeah.
Thanks, bye.
So
And
long
then-
story short, don't answer the door anymore.
Right. So the games that I'm looking forward to coming out.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3.
Dead
Let
Space 3.
me read this before we get to
Do
that.
it.
Before we get to the games.
Do it. Read it,
I
Gus.
want to remind everyone that this episode is brought to you by...
You know, in that documentary that's coming out tomorrow, in the first episode, we talk about what it was like before YouTube to have to host all of our own video and find a solution for that when Red vs. Blue was taken off. Like, you and I tell... It's funny, Gus and I both made the comment that we both tell the story, and we've sold it so many times that he's in here being interviewed, and I'm in my office being interviewed, and they just cut back and forth between the two of us telling the story. It goes seamlessly between us.
No, we tell the exact same story the exact same way. I bet if you looked at the raw footage, our pacing is probably the same.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I've heard those stories so many times now. I could probably tell those stories, like the one the computer and they can unplug it. Yeah, I know. Like I've heard all of these things. So I've watched you give that speech so many times with so many different things.
The funny thing is, I was talking to somebody the other day who's starting to do a lot of press, and I said, you're going to feel like you repeat yourself over and over again. I think I was talking to somebody at 343 about it because they're doing so much press for Forward Unto Dawn. And so you feel like you're repeating yourself all the time, but it's like nobody sits there and listens to multiple interviews with you. You know what I mean? And it's like, and they know the stories as well. So.
Dude, speaking of Forward Unto Dawn, did you watch the third episode?
I did.
Holy shit.
It's a good ending.
Dude, the end of that episode, I don't want to give me
Stuff
spoilers away.
happens.
You should watch the third episode if you haven't already, but goddamn, the way it ends, the way the things are revealed is all I'll say.
Yeah.
Wow, that was like those guys are knocking it out of the park.
They are
like,
really good. They are
really good.
I mean, I've been on the internet for a long time. I've watched a lot of web series on the internet.
The original.
And this is the first one that I've actually been like, okay, I'm actually legitimately interested in these characters.
You know what I was? The first one? It's called Red vs. Blue, Jack.
Congratulations, Forward Unto Dawn. You have pleased the almighty Jack Patillo.
You've done
We'll
it.
give you the
Congratulations.
There was another web series.
If only there was
that
another
had
one.
compelling characters that Jack was interested in.
Live action web series. How about that? Live action web series.
Dude, live
there you
action
go.
adaptations
You
of video
saved
games
it.
have come a far way from House of the Dead. Let's just say that.
God. Oh,
Reload.
Look at
Reload.
Brady's face. He's still thinking about it.
Brady's gonna cut me. I think.
I found Bane's grandma,
I
by
just
the
want to
way.
point out too that I was asked on Twitter if I'm making the mistake of wearing the same shirt on the podcast that I was wearing when we shot the documentary. A, that's about 3 weeks apart, but B, no, it's not the same shirt.
What are your
Thank
socks? What are your
God.
socks tonight, Burns?
My socks tonight are.
Yeah, we got mustaches.
Oh, they cut away from it. They're
Oh,
mustache.
there we go,
socks.
mustachios.
Wyoming socks.
There we go. Right
There we
there.
go. My little, actually, the mustaches are sideways now. But
Now,
they're
now
mustache
they're
socks.
lines, and are they
Thank
both
God we
mustache?
took the time
Okay.
to look at those socks.
Yeah.
Dude, if we're going to look at anything, look at my shoes.
Those are nice shoes.
Okay, customized
I don't have
achievement
my
on
RV
shoes.
I
shoes
interrupted
right
you, buddy.
That's
What
okay.
games are you looking forward to?
Oh, I'm looking forward to Dead Space 3, which looks phenomenal. I like the fact
When does that come out?
That comes out early next year.
Okay.
February, March.
I like the fact that it has co-op, but if you're not playing co-op, there's no second partner. There's no AI.
Fucking awesome.
It's just join in if you have a second player.
I was really
it looks like like it's gonna maintain its like horror aspect.
No, Michael and I have talked about playing Dead Space 3 together.
that says a lot.
Like,
That says a lot.
No, of all the people that I know that enjoy Dead Space, Michael's probably loves it more than anyone else other than me.
Great game.
I mean, like, and him and I are gonna probably fight over who loves it more because I know I fucking love the shit. out of
See,
that
you
game.
I love it because I love blowing shit up and it's like awesome. And I love the gameplay and everything like that. You're like, oh my god, the lore, and you have like Jack no, that's true. Jack reads like every single little data piece. And he's like,
No,
awesome.
the story of the game and like the data logs and shit. See, I have a friend who works on, or he used to work on the Dead Space franchise, and at one point he had the Dead Space Bible with him, which was like everything that had been told and had not been told, but it was like the whole history behind Dead Space.
Let me
I was
check
like,
the book.
I was like, can you just give me like 1 hour with that thing so I can
that's so
look through
awesome.
it? But he would
You
not
are
let me
not
touch
worthy.
it. So I know nothing about the game that any normal person knows.
No,
So.
they've done a great job in fleshing out like the universe of
Yeah,
Dead Space.
yeah.
There's like Halo and,
Well, I mean, there's
Aperture
even, like-
Science. Like they're cool universes
Oh,
that you want to
it's like
explore.
Aperture Science is not
Well, I'm just
Dead
talking about
Space.
just like games where like they do a good job of establishing the rules. It's games that make you want to look outside the level and
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
there's cool shit going on here, but what are people over there doing? Like,
absolutely.
that's fucking awesome.
So
Well,
the
that's
games
my
I'm
cool
looking
stuff.
forward to
There
are
you go.
Dead Space 3, Bioshock Infinite, and Assassin's Creed 3. I'll throw it out.
What
there.
about movies? You guys looking forward to any movies?
Cloud Atlas.
Iron Man 3 does look good. I do want
Hobbit?
to see Cloud Atlas.
Skyfall is
Hobbit.
badass.
Skyfall, I've heard nothing but good.
I have
Skyfall.
not seen. I didn't see the last couple of James Bond movies, but I'm legitimately excited for Skyfall. Did you see that marketing thing that Coke did with Skyfall at a train station? It's I guess someone goes to buy a Coke, and then they have a special Coke machine that says like you have 70 seconds to get to platform 6, and then so then they have to run to this train platform
to get their Coke.
Well, like they don't know. Oh, to get free tickets to see Skyfall. And then they hired a bunch of extras in the train station to create distractions and obstacles to prevent them from making it to the train platform in time.
What if some guy like really wants him? He's like, boom,
no, it's like
funny.
Like the first obstacle is like they have to get up an escalator, but the escalator is blocked by like 2 guys running. They make it to the top, and there's like a hot chick. I was like, oh my god, because like they have to type in their name. Like, oh my god, Bobby, I haven't seen you in forever. And so it's like,
you would be screwed with that hot chick.
Yeah, I'd be lost. I'd
Jack
be like,
well,
oh, I remember you. I'm gonna spend my 60 seconds right here.
How did Skyfall not have any sort of marketing thing with the whole Felix Baumgartner thing? That seems like that just seems like that's written
That
for
seems
you.
more like a Halo thing, him dropping out of orbit and landing on the Earth.
Yeah, it's like
tattoo ODST on his forehead.
Red Bull Trooper.
I'd play it.
There was a funny photo of Felix Baumgarten and Gerard Butler, and it was Felix Baumgarten has some kind of tattoo on his forearm that says like "Born to Fly"
or "Fall"
or something like that. Born
to Fall.
But I'll see if I can look it up. But it's like, and Gerard Butler had like taken a Sharpie and written on his own arm, "Coward." But that was a funny thing to write on there.
Gerard Butler is a very.
I just want to say something. Can I say something? I'm getting tired of people on. I get tired of people in general, like on the internet. I'm not gonna say where.
I like where this is going.
Every time you say anything, I'm getting people tired of telling me who I look like. I'm just sick of it. Okay.
Dude, did you kind of know you look like a cross between me and Matt?
You know what?
A lot of people talk about that.
I'm getting sick of people. It's impossible for one person to look like Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Liev Schreiber, Darren Aronofsky, Gerard Butler. And there's some
Gerard Butler. Okay, you
threw that one in. You threw that one in.
No, I get that one off Twitter all the time.
Was it J.J. Abrams?
Sure.
And J.J. Abrams. It is literally impossible to look like all 6 of those people.
I will say I don't get the look-alike that much, but I get the sound-alike, and the same thing. It's like I can't sound like all these people, and half of them were in your list. I've got sounds like Seth Rogen, sounds like Jonah Hill. Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill don't sound anything alike.
Ryan sounds
right
like
off
Seth
the
Rogen.
bat. Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten from Gavin Joe Pesci.
I totally get that.
I love Gavin.
Also, I made the mistake of saying that whole defiantly thing that if you look up on Twitter, the word defiantly.
Well, now everyone mentions it.
Everybody mentions Gangnam Style to me.
Is that what it is?
Shut your mouth.
So they always tweet to me
Yeah, rage
defiantly
quit.
stuff, and I kind of kept it going, but it seems like every other tweet that I get on Twitter is about defiantly. I actually found a word that's better than defiantly.
And get ready to tweet it to Bernie.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Stay tuned.
If you look up the word exited, the way that people use exited, they use it instead of excited. But in context, it seems so funny because it's like people that are really amped up about something, so they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
And then it's like
I'm defiantly excited or exited about Skyfall.
or they say like Justin Bieber is coming to town. I'm leaving. That's the way it reads, you know. I'm so gonna get out of here.
Maybe they meant that on purpose, though.
No, it's like
maybe
literally
it's like,
every use
seriously.
of exited
can
is
only
wrong.
hope. We have to be optimistic.
Nobody's saying like I exited
Well,
the
saying
auditorium.
exited seems awkward. Then
it does.
I exited
I
the
left.
theater. Yeah, I left. It's like, it's
Yeah.
so weird. It's like going back to like the
This movie got me so
genderless
exited.
pronoun. Like instead of like one, it's the same
It
thing.
exited the theater.
Exited.
One exited the theater.
It defiantly exited the
It
theater.
returned from whence it came.
What was that voice?
Yeah, that's like a movie voice.
You need a
enjoyed
face
it.
to make that noise, I think.
No, I don't.
You mean this face, Jack?
It's a crutch.
You see,
It's a crutch,
all you
Miles.
have to do is mention
That
the
was my
face and I
point to
will
get him to do that so he
return.
could smash it across his face.
Damn it, I'm gonna kill you after this
That's
podcast.
the picture of people always tell me I look like Gerard Butler, and that's
I kind of see
that's
that.
the portrait. I don't see
No.
any of them. I don't see.
I don't
any
have my
of them.
glasses, so I can barely see shit, but is that your Twitter picture?
That's my Twitter picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look huge in that picture, by the way. Like,
Just at the end of a
muscular.
table.
Like clearly you were like, take a good shot of
yoked.
me. Yeah.
was
I look at
on
that and I was like, wow,
Like a
Bernie
word.
does a really good job of making it look like he's muscular in this picture.
That's right. Just
You,
like
you must have bought like a Gavin-sized
a little bit
t-shirt.
of pasta.
He buys every shirt in like child small.
Yeah,
See,
no,
but
women
no,
small.
Bernie's actually more.
Yeah.
If I were to buy a shirt in child small, I'd look fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Miles. I mean,
You know, I got what I.
we
you
know that.
Miles
Yeah.
would look like a
Disgrace.
sausage.
Gavin wears the tiniest clothes that I've ever seen anyone
Gav.
wear, and he like refuses to wear one size. Like there was something. The Achievement Hunter hoodies. We came out with the hoodies, and we had a bunch of extras come in or whatever, and we're like, oh here, and he's too lazy at the time because it was like, oh if you want one, just tell Kara, send her an email, and she'll order them, and we'll get them in. So I ordered like one for me, for Ray, and for Gavin. Because Gavin's too lazy and he'll never do it because he's a piece of shit. So I was just like, medium, whatever. He gets it. He's like, no, I won't wear it. He would not wear a medium. He would only wear a small.
He's wearing tight
It was
pants,
it was
too.
too big.
He walked up to me the other day and goes, Miles, could you see my John Thomas?
To be fair, he got really drunk and bought clothes online, and he accidentally bought skinny jeans. Which, by the way, he's specifically not supposed to wear because of his nut situation with his stapled ball.
Staple ball.
What?
You know, his ball stapled because it's like he's got that injury.
I was not.
How do
aware
you
of
not
this.
know aware of Gavin's ball thing? That's
I
like
don't
what
know.
It's like Gavin's ball thing, slow-mo guys, Rooster Teeth. That's how it works.
Gavin's ball thing is actually one of the most followed Twitter accounts out there.
Gavin's one ball like twisted into like it
cut off its own blood
It kept
supply.
twisting, so it was cutting off its like blood supply. So they had to untwist it and then like from what I wear, somewhat like staple his ball
so it doesn't
to the
retwist.
side of his leg so it doesn't retwist.
No, they think they stapled the vein or
Whatever. There's a staple in his nutsack somewhere, but he can't.
cable.
He's not supposed to ride horseback ever. He's not supposed to ever ride He's not supposed to ever ride a bicycle.
Oh.
And he's not supposed to wear tight pants. And he bought skinny jeans. He's like, well, I bought them, so I'm wearing them. Like that's why in the one like Slender video, there's like an outro where he's on my shoulders, and at the end he's like, "Oh, my Jennies are breaking."
Oh, my Jenny.
Yeah, because his nuts will like explode if he rides on things.
I love Gavin.
Somebody asked me if on things.
Yeah, if Gavin rides on like the little horse outside the supermarket, he'll bust his nuts.
That's
not in the good way, in the bad way.
He should film that in slow-mo.
Is there a good way of busting nuts though?
Well, busting your nuts is good, generally speaking,
so.
Jack.
Man.
No, Jack, we're gonna show you a book later. Talk with you about it.
What are you guys talking about?
Poor Jack. So
I don't get it.
Look at that dog. He's hurting that other dog.
Mom and Dad fighting again.
So when you were
How do
a
we
kid,
manage to talk about Gavin's
when you were a
junk?
kid, did you
I know.
Here we're still talking about Gavin's
We're channeling the Gav.
It's incredible. It's fascinating.
When you were a kid, did you ever hear your parents going at it?
No.
I walked into my
Thank
parents.
God.
Did
I
you?
never
I
No,
did.
you did not.
I really did. I walked into my
How
parents.
old were you?
I walked into my parents at my grandparents' house.
Oh my God, dude, they were rebels.
Yeah.
With a cause.
What are you
Banging.
What are you doing? What are you doing? How old are you? I was 9 or something.
I never had that problem because I was like the furthest kid. Like my brother was born, and then 3 years later was the middle brother, and that was 6 years after that. So my parents were like, pfft, at that point, they were like, "Yeah, you stay over there, and I'll stay over here." I had no problem with that.
They put a tape line on the middle of the house.
No,
Fuck
it's just
it,
like
we're
they're
done.
old.
It was like an I Love Lucy episode.
Yeah,
How old was your dad when you were born?
I believe 36, off the top of my head, without
36.
doing math.
All right.
20.
30.
I'm 25.
Really?
Yeah, and he's 62.
My,
so
my dad
36.
had just turned 20 when I was born.
My dad was 45 when he had me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty nuts.
is-
And I met somebody the other day that their dad had them when they were 60.
Wow, that's really up there.
Wow.
See, I clearly noticed the thing with my dad. Like I said, I think he was 35 or 36, and I didn't give a shit. What the hell was that? What are you doing? but like it's weird because I have a completely different upbringing than like my brothers did because they were pretty close together. They're only 3 years apart, and like he was like their coach on the little league team, and you know they went camping and shit like that. And me, he's like, fuck that, I'm too old for that shit. But like I reaped the benefits of like I got away with way more shit than my brothers did.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were like 7 and 8, and like you don't leave the backyard. I was like 5, and they're like, be back by 9 p.m. You know, like I was so far gone because what happened was it was like they had my middle brother, and then it was like 6 years later, and my mother's like, really want a girl? My dad's like, I don't even care anymore. And then I was like, whoa, here comes Michael. I was all prepped and ready to be Michelle, and I was like, no way.
That's weird. Same way.
Yeah.
That was the same way.
So
I
that's
was-
why
I
I'm
was
so
giving
far
a girl.
apart from my brothers.
And you're both Michael.
And we're both Michaels. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really,
Well,
really bizarre.
Bernie.
Gavin is so excited that we talked about his balls.
Yeah?
I just talked to him on AIM. He's in London right now for MCM Expo.
Shout out to Gavin.
Shout out to Gavin.
At Gavin Free.
Get back to
Solid
work,
gold.
Gavin.
Hashtag solid gold.
But he's so excited that we talked about his genitalia. Of course,
Dude, Gavin's genitalia are on my mind almost all of the day. It preoccupies
Should I
me.
tell my story about how I get Kara out of our office?
Tell it. You already brought it up.
Why would you-
Yeah, you already brought it
Tell the story.
up. Don't be a
Only if we can tell the
douchebag.
story.
All right.
Story.
It's all Jack though.
All right. So I don't know the circumstance exactly.
I know the circumstance.
Do you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
So yeah, you.
I'll tell the circumstance only because Jack brought it up. I'll tell the
Okay.
circumstance.
Thank you.
Kara was over Jeff's house one night. It was like an after work get together. It was like Gavin, Kara, Jeff, and whoever other people were there, and they were playing Peggle because the big thing. Jeff's been playing Peggle for years, trying to perfect it, get all the achievements, and it's like really fucking hard. So he has these Peggle nights where people just come over and they take turns playing Peggle.
They take turn trying to get achievements for him.
Yeah. Here comes Kara. So I'll continue to tell the story, Kara. Oh, she slammed the door. Now I gotta tell the story. So Gavin or Jeff or whatever beat one level of Peggle, like got whatever they perfected that they need to, and Gavin got so excited, it was like, yes! Like he ran over to Jeff and jumped into his arms and like wrapped himself around Jeff, and Jeff went like this and put his hands in the air, and Gavin slid down him and just ripped his pants right down. And Gavin said a couple seconds later, he looks up and realizes his boxers were down too, and Jeff's dong is just hanging out, and Kara was there, and she's like, so now, and Jeff was like, this is at his house.
Yeah.
So now,
anytime Kara is giving a tour of our office, which is frequently, every time she brings a tour into the achievement hunter office, which is quite often, I'll make sure to point out, like when they come in, assuming the people in the tour are of age, I'm guessing 18 and over. Every time she walks in, she's like, "Oh, here's the achievement hunter office. Here's all the guys. Here's Michael and Ray and Gavin and Jeff." I always have to make sure I have to make it a point to go, "Hey guys, make sure Kara tells you about the time she saw Jeff's penis." Every single time.
And it's funny because half the time, like again, depending on who the guest is, she'll be like, "That's not true. That's a lie," and Jack will be like, "It's true.
It's absolutely true."
And Jeff's like, "It's fucking funny because it's not funny if I tell the story,
or if Gavin
tells the story." But Jack wasn't even there, so he just throws it out there and completely derails anything she's talking about.
Yeah, so it's
a total dick move, but it's hilarious.
It is indeed a dick move.
Oh,
but
unintentional nudity, though. It was not intended.
At this point, you think there's definitely more people in the company than not that have seen Jeff's penis.
No, we were actually talking about that, and we now discussed in the Achievement Hunter office, it's at least 40%.
What's funny is right before we came on the podcast, I changed my shirt. I changed my clothes because I wanted to have a shirt I could attach my microphone to. So I was in my office changing my clothes, and I thought, should I close the door?
Right.
And then I realized there are naked pictures of me everywhere in my office. That's true. I thought, there's really no point to closing the door.
Yeah, at this point.
So I just left the door open. And I just changed all my clothes.
It is a weird thing. I guess going back to the early days of Rooster Teeth, I will often just change in the break room and not think about it. Like, because we're getting ready for something, and I'll just take my shirt off or go down to underwear and not think twice about it. Because it used to be just.
But now we've got 80 people working here.
Six dudes working, and we would do that. Now I'm like, oh shit, I got to remember that we have female employees wandering around, and I'm hanging out in my boxers.
You got to remember, so that's why you take it off even more.
Yeah, you got to do it slower.
Maybe a tour, maybe
just
some kids.
Do a couple push-ups first.
There you go, exactly.
Speaking of
Pump
nudity.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just walked in and I'm all sweaty.
Oh, how'd that happen?
Yeah, whoops.
7,000. I don't think I've ever taken off a shirt like this in my life. I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't know how you do that. I feel like my elbows would lock. It's like you would end up in a straight jacket, right? Like you're like this, you're like, oh fuck, I'm stuck.
I will say this, it's a pet peeve of mine. Every goddamn shirt Lindsay leaves around the apartment is fucking inside out. Because whenever she gets changed, she doesn't take her shirt off pulling the head through the neck. So it's just not inside out when you put it in the wash. She pulls it off from the shirt up. So and she does it. And the biggest pain in the ass is with jackets, because she does it with jackets too. So I'll go to grab a jacket, and the sleeves are always inside out. So I have to put my arm in the sleeve and pull it out and then slide it in, and then I'll go to get the other one. I'm like, fuck, and the arm is facing towards me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Can I explain that? Probably. She does that with every fucking thing ever.
We've reached the
It's a pet peeve. I'm just saying.
It's not Rooster Teeth.
Your grievances. We need a Festivus poll.
Yeah, we do.
There's the grievance.
What's your feet of strength, Gus?
Man, I hope she doesn't listen to this podcast.
Did you throw a rock over your head or something?
We're hoping either next week or the week after to have a podium or a separate area where people can walk up as we're talking about. So
Kara could have jumped in and talked
That's where Kara would walk in and be like, it's absolutely true.
Describe the thing that she saw with her eyes in detail.
Okay.
You know what? I'm already down the rabbit hole.
No.
I want to hear this.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Speaking of nudity, Michael, having you here tonight reminded me of the last time we actually hung out for an extended period of time.
I don't like where this is
Which
going.
was at a strip club.
Okay.
That's where this is going.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. We're fucking busy. We're working in 2 different offices.
Yeah, you just suck.
Yeah.
Strip club. Brandon just got on my microphone and said no.
Yep. Oh, it's happening. No, it's happening.
Brandon was
it's
there
happening.
too, by the way.
Man.
Brandon was there. Okay, so one of the last times I went downtown,
it was Seb's going away.
Seb's going. Okay, so
Seb
season
and
9,
Animator.
Monty and Seb handled a shitload of the animation.
Where is the story going? Okay, go
someplace great. Okay, so it's going to a strip club.
Yeah.
So So we had taken Seb downtown. It was myself, I think Chris was there, Brandon, you, a bunch of other people. We all went downtown. We all had a really good time. And then at one point in the night, everyone was like, well, I guess that's that. And I think it was Brandon that was like, no.
It was like 1 a.m. or something.
Yeah. Brandon was like, we can't end this party. We got to go do something else. And someone threw out the idea of a strip club. I've never been to a strip club before, and I had no idea.
Mind-boggling to me.
It was, I was not ready. I don't like strip clubs. I've been to 2 strip clubs. I never want to go back to a strip club.
What do you mean?
You don't like them? Why didn't you like them?
I didn't like
He
strip
was
clubs.
really awkward.
Don't derail him.
Here's why. Here's why.
No, keep going.
Here's why I don't like strip clubs. You go in. I don't. Strip clubs to me don't make sense. It's like, hey, do you want blue balls? Awesome. Come pay money to have us tease you, and then you can leave.
The Bernie once said probably the best thing I ever thought about strip clubs, which is like, when I'm hungry, I don't want to look at pictures of food.
Yeah, exactly. Like that makes perfect sense.
I don't want to pay to not have sex.
Exactly.
I can do that all the time for free.
They don't make any sense to me. So
Dude, it's a good show.
So we were there, and I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, and I feel like I can't look at anybody but who I'm talking to, because if I make eye contact with any of the girls there, it's me like, I'm gonna come dance on this guy, and I just want to be like, no, don't. I just smiled because I want to be polite. Please don't. I don't know how to tell you. It's just, I don't know. It makes me really uncomfortable. So Brandon picked up on that real quick, and I was having a conversation with you, and all of a sudden I felt my chair getting.
You were sitting in a chair that had wheels.
Yeah, I was sitting. Well, all the chairs had wheels, and I'm sitting at the table, and all of a sudden the table, table's getting farther away. Like, oh, where am I going? And I look as I'm turning around, I see like Brandon's just in tears, laughing. Chris is snickering. I'm like, oh no, they didn't. And I turn around and I see the stripper. Now, everybody at home and everybody here, I want you to imagine a stripper. I don't know her name, but imagine a stripper with the name Dark Chocolate.
That's exactly what Brandon said. Her name was Dark Chocolate.
Was her name really Dark Chocolate?
Yeah,
okay, imagine a stripper. Imagine a stripper named Dark Chocolate. Make her 3 times as big. That was this stripper. Okay. They're all laughing. Apparently, she was really expensive. I don't believe that one bit.
It's absolutely true.
So
twice as much.
It was more.
I'm getting a side-by-side, play-by-play story here, and I'm told it was twice as much.
He is absolutely telling the truth. It was.
Okay.
It was more because she had a special talent.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting in the chair. I don't want to be here. I'm like just dripping sweat, but I don't know how to. Like whenever I'm in an awkward situation, I just laugh. That's how I deal with nervously. So she leans forward and she says the words, "I'ma smother you in my titties," and I burst out laughing. I just started laughing uncontrollably, and the next thing I know, and I couldn't. I'm suffocating in her titties, and I'm laughing my ass off.
There was that,
and then oh wait, what was all I remember?
The other thing was she absolutely had a booty technique. Dude, it was all like she bent over and did the thing where it's like, how does someone do that?
But no,
the whole time I was laughing.
I'm laughing with a face full of. It was essentially just 30 seconds of me going.
Somewhere I see Jordan out in California going.
For the record, Brandon tells me that when you went and paid her and pointed at you, she looked at you and burst out laughing.
Nice.
Oh no.
Nice.
Okay. Wait, real quick. The last part is I'm over and she stops mid her thing and rears back and she looks at me. She goes, "Are you retarded or something?"
I didn't know that.
I go, "No, I'm just really having a hard first time," and just continue to laugh.
Kyle's by the camera. He's like beat red right now.
The best part about that is while this is going on, Chris, who had also apparently never been to a strip club before, found it so funny, he takes out his phone and tries to start recording it. He's like, and filming it in like a second. There was like this huge dude. He was like, he ripped the phone right out of his hands. And he was like, delete this. And he deleted it. And Chris was like,
I just wish those bouncers were everywhere.
Yeah, dude, it was like instant. Chris is like, this thing, but oh God, no.
You know, I've actually seen a more violent reaction with a cell phone than that is in Amsterdam, in the red light district, where like tourists come and they like want to videotape the prostitutes in the windows. They come out and they will like rip the thing out of your hands and throw it in the canal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my first. That was my first glitter.
It was good. That was the last time. That was the last time I've been to a strip club.
I want to have a delicate conversation here, and if anybody wants to own up to it, I can. So there's a guy, and if he wants to come out here and talk about it, there's a guy that works for us that was dating a stripper, and then there was a group of guys that went out, and the question arose, if she was working, is it poor etiquette to get a lap dance from a stripper that one of your friends is dating.
It's absolutely poor etiquette.
It is poor etiquette, right?
Absolutely.
That's
yes.
low. Tacky.
That's low.
Yes.
That's tacky.
You cannot do that.
Yeah. The question came
that's
up.
like man code.
That's
I totally agree.
No, that's really shitty.
I totally agree. Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to ask the question.
No, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So
if I were to be in that situation, I would have and may have paid hundreds of dollars to go to the back room to avoid said person.
I would have definitely avoided eye contact.
It was like right as the person came out, someone else was like, "Oh, want a lap dance? It's X amount of money for the back room," and I was like, "Yes, see ya."
Bye.
Yep.
I'm not going to be here for that.
And run.
Yup, that's exactly what it was. Maybe if it happened, it didn't.
Twitter's calling that the most important bro code of all.
Yeah,
wow.
It's true.
Dark chocolate.
I agree.
That bro code.
I agree.
Dark chocolate.
Is it with someone dating
okay, I admit it. I'm dating dark chocolate. I'm really upset with Miles about it. I'm really upset.
Dude, that was a long time ago. That was like a year. That was over a year ago.
We need to go out. We need to go get drunk again.
That was
well,
my only hope is that dark chocolate spells her name with like a Q-U-E. It's dark.
You know
dark
he does.
chocolate.
Just a Q, no UE.
Hold on, wait. Miles put the Q in the chocolate. Did you hear that? You call it dark chocolate.
Smother you in my
Dude,
time.
seriously, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
All right, here. Let me. I can't believe I'm going to segue into this. Let me read
Interested in
Someone
dark
paid
chocolate?
good money for what's about to happen.
Where's my bean filter?
I want to remind you that this episode is brought to you by
A guy who works with us, Charlie, just said that's not a Sieg, that's a car crash. That's
Segway.
A what? Segway.
Segway.
Whatever. Segway. I might be a little drunk right now. I've had like 4 beers.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
It's spelled.
Twitter's
And
not
we
telling us
can-
there's
we
over
can
20 million
segue.
stock photos, including pictures of dark chocolate.
Sing as much as you want.
but not the one Chris tried to take.
Yeah.
God.
We can segue into that because I'm not only a little drunk, but I'm also on painkillers.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, what happened to you?
Yeah, so I've been
What's
wearing
up,
this.
hospital,
I've been
baby?
wearing
That's
this
right.
since Saturday just to save it for the podcast.
Like a schlitter bump.
So I don't know what the fuck I did either Thursday or Friday, but Friday, like during work and after work, my chest was killing me, but like up near my shoulder, like right here.
The right side of your chest?
Yeah, the right side of my chest. It was like really sore, and it felt like I pulled a muscle or something. It's like, I don't know what the fuck I did because I'm fat and lazy and just sit in a chair all day and play video games. So I'm like, I don't know what I did, and it's bothering me, whatever. So after work on Friday, Lindsay and I drove back to Dallas because she was going to a friend of hers bridal shower.
Now we should
on
also
Saturday.
point out too, you've been sick lately. Is that okay to say? I mean, like
Yeah.
you had a cough for a little while.
Yeah, but I mean that was a while ago. But yeah, I was sick. But it's completely unrelated. So we went to Dallas on Friday, and it was kind of bothering me. And she was like, "Oh, if it keeps hurting, you should go to doctors." And I was like, "Fuck that! I never go to doctors ever because I'm an asshole." So Saturday, get up. It's fine. Doesn't bother me. Doing our thing all day, whatever. And then later in the day, it started hurting again, but it was like the center of my chest. And I was like, like it wasn't the most intense pain I've ever felt, but I'd never felt it like right in the middle of my chest. And it was like radiating like throughout. I was like,
that's a bad sign, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So she was getting really worried, and I was like, whatever. So it kind of like went away a little bit. So we went through the whole day, and then we're driving back, and it started hurting on the way back. By the time we got home, it's like a 3.5 hour drive. It was like 10 o'clock and it was killing me. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go to the doctor's tomorrow if it still hurts or whatever. And so we go upstairs and I just go to bed. I wake up at midnight, like 2 hours later, and it's just fucking killing me. It felt like someone was sitting on my chest, like an elephant was just pushing down on my chest. And my father has like some heart problems, and he didn't have it till he was much older. But I didn't know like what the hell it was or whatever. And Lindsay was like really worried because it's like my chest kept hurting. So it was like midnight. I'm like, fuck it, let's go to the hospital, which is the exact last thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we drive to the ER, and it's like 15 minutes away. We get in there, I go to, there's like 5 or 6 people in the waiting room, and I've been to the ER a couple times before, a few times for myself, other times like with other people, and I drove them. And the ER is the worst thing in the world. Like you wait forever, and it sucks. So I walk in at like, almost 1 a.m., and the security guard's like, are you like checking in? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, fill out the form and then talk to the nurse, because she'll give you like a quick assessment, and if it's like, oh, I need stitches. They're like, yeah, fuck you, sit down. You wait for like 10 hours.
I love that the security guard is the guy screening people.
Yeah, and he's like,
not a medical professional.
Yeah.
With a gun.
Yeah, no, it was like to be fair, it was some like overweight, like 65-year-old man that was talking to like patients or like people in the waiting room, and like as I'm standing there, it's like, oh, what are you here for? But anyway, so I fill out the paperwork, and all it basically is like your name, your birth date, and like what the problem is. And I'm like, chest pains. And they're like, all right, go see the nurse. And she's like, chest pains? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a history of it with my family. And she's like, all right, you go right in. And I walked right in. But I got the whole 9 yards. I got like EKGs. I got all these wires hooked up to me and shit. I got eventually got X-rays, but it was still hurting like while it was there, and I didn't know what the hell it was. So the funny part is there was this one like Asian dude there. He was fucking funny, and at first I was kind of like, because I get there and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what the problem is. Like they just walk in and like, okay, I'm now laying in the bed and I have everything hung up to me. And he walks in, he's like cracking jokes right from the get-go, and I'm like, not really the time, bro. Like I might be dead. I don't know. But like, as soon as I found out, like I went and got the X-rays, and they came back and they said that it was muscular, that like the X-rays were all clear and everything. Like I must have like pulled something or whatever, which is fine. Like I said, if Lindsay wasn't there, I would have been the piece of shit, like and then went to the next day and be like, hey, I'm fine. But she was all like upset that I was gonna drop dead in the middle of the night, and I'm like,
how dare she?
Fine, I'll go to the hospital. So even before, like they took blood work and everything hooked up to me, and before I got the results back, we're just sitting there in like the examination room, and she's sitting there, and I'm laying there, and I was like, hey, take a picture for the link dump. And she's like, what? And I was like, whether it's our podcast or like RT podcast, I'm like, it's gonna be on a podcast, right? You gotta take a picture. So I like, at this point, I'm still like in incredible pain. I'm laying back, I'm like, take a picture for the link dump, right? So she takes like 3 pictures, right? I'm like, all right, let me see it. I look at him like, no, these are terrible. Take another one. And I made her delete them all and take another one. I like sat up and I like fixed my hair and I made a pose and like, perfect. And then as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what if it was like Citizen Kane? Like I'm dying in bed and I was like, link dump. And everyone's like, what does it mean? And they go back and search for it. But then, like I said, I went through the X-rays and everything, and then they said I was fine. And it was really weird because I woke up at like midnight, right? We went to the hospital. We left at like 4 a.m., came back home because they were like, you know, you're okay, you can go home. They just gave me a prescription for some like regular like aspirin, like extra strong aspirin, and then painkillers for it. And I went to bed at like 5 a.m. I woke up at like 8:30, so it was really weird because it's like I went, yeah, that's the picture right there. Lindsay tweeted that. So
Thug life chose me.
I was like, God damn it. So it was really weird because like I went to bed at 10 o'clock and I woke up at 12, but then I went back to bed at 4 and then woke up at 8. So it was like I went to bed at 10 and woke up at 8, and I was in the hospital in between. Yeah. So it was like I woke up the next day and I was like, I was at the hospital yesterday, but I didn't miss any time because it was in the middle of the night. Yeah. So it was like this really weird feeling of like, oh my God, what's wrong? Oh my God, what's wrong? To like 4 hours later, like, I'm fine. So it was, and so that's my hospital experience. But yeah, I don't know. I must have just pulled something. I have no idea what I did, but it was just the fact that it was a pain in the middle of my chest that had moved that I never felt before.
If it's on the right side, you're typically okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it went from the right, moved to the middle. So I was worried if it was going to move to the left, because if you feel tingling on the left, like you're fucked and you're having a heart attack.
If you had to choose your last words, what would they be?
God damn it. But I was sitting there. I was sitting there before they told me, like, you know, it's not your heart or anything like that. It's just muscular. I'm sitting there, and I told Lindsay afterwards, and I was like, I told myself, I'm like, God damn it, heart, you will not give out, because I swear to God, if I die, every comment ever will be like, oh, he rage quit life. His heart rage quit. So I said, I had a moment. I'm laying there in the hospital bed. I said, I got to get hit by a car or something like that. I was like, I have to die in the most extravagant way ever. Yeah. I'm laying in the hospital bed, and I told her, I was like, my brain had a conversation with my heart. And it's like, all right, listen, fucker. No. Like, I don't care if you, like, fucking get hit by a car, you get squashed by an anvil, a fucking, you know, some whatever. You blow up in an explosion. It will not be a heart problem. No. So then, even then, I tweet, and every fucking reply is like, oh, rage quit.
So could you, like, what's the etiquette here? Could you pay to have someone's tombstone removed and replaced with a tombstone of your choosing? Like, could I have bought a he rage quit life tombstone?
Or is here lies Michael rage quit.
I would have
to buy enough and just keep replacing them. Eventually, the graveyard guy's gonna get.
I said I was like, I will fucking. I will come back as a zombie and eat everyone's brains. I swear to God, like I was so mad about it. I was like, God damn it, my heart's a piece of shit. It better not be that my heart.
So you rage quit death instead.
I remember one time we were in South Padre Island for spring break when I was in college, and one of my buddies got so drunk and he got in a fight, and he was so pissed off. He got in a fight over a girl, and he was so pissed, and he said like the most profound thing ever. He was so mad. He goes, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with everything. Somebody take me to the airplane place.
So
I just love that.
That makes me think of our first trip to E3. Have we ever told that story?
Oh, you're a fucking bitch about that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no, we have.
It's
It's
story?
the Vegas story.
Oh, I've heard this story.
Yeah, well, it's associated actually with Red versus Blue in a weird way because it's one of our only like inside joke references I ever made in an episode of Red versus Blue. It's episode 3 when Donut shows up.
Yeah.
And Griff and Simmons are talking about how upset Simmons about going to the Vegas quadrant and how pissed off he is. And then Donut interrupts him right in the middle of that story. We went to E3 one year. I was in a fucking bad mood. I was in a real bad mood. We rented a van, and it was the first time that Jeff and Gus met Matt.
I remember.
Absolutely first time.
Yeah, first 5 minutes.
And was it the first time we met Joel as well?
I don't know if Joel was there for sure, but definitely Matt was.
We had eaten with him at Killer Shrimp earlier in the day, I think.
Killer Shrimp.
Dude, that shrimp was killer.
Hey, you got to go to this place if you ever go to LA. Killer Shrimp is badass. It's just so good. It's like they serve one thing there. So you go and order Killer Shrimp and you get it with bread or with rice.
I went to LA with Jack.
Well, we're telling a story.
Well,
Yeah, sorry, let him finish the story.
Well, anyway, so I pointed out, as I do every single time we go to Los Angeles, that, hey, we're in Los Angeles. We're only 5 hours away from Vegas. And I just pointed that out. Gus goes, I'm not going to Vegas.
Because I knew where this was going.
He goes, I'm not going to Vegas. I go, what do you mean you're not going to Vegas? And he gets so fucking infuriated. He's in the back of the van. I'm driving. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you so mad about Vegas? He goes, I'm not going to Vegas. Don't talk about Vegas. And I
said, you're spinning this. You're spinning this. You had been saying, let's go to Vegas for about an hour at this point.
I wanted people to go to Vegas.
It was not just a casual mention. And you were like, let's go to Vegas, let's go to Vegas. And that's when I was like, I'm not going to Vegas.
So we're in the Del Taco parking lot in like downtown LA, like right on Transvestite Alley. Like,
it's great alley.
He's not kidding.
Is that the name of the street?
I said, he's not kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. They're having like a screening of Cloud Atlas, and then there was oh, come on.
See, now people,
okay.
this would be
That's
shit on.
That's totally fine.
Bernie. This podcast does not support Bernie's comments.
I do not agree with Bernie.
Views by Bernie Burns and not supported by
Bernie. He speaks for himself and only himself.
So we're in the Del Taco drive-through, and I say, guys, look, I'm gonna say one last time. We can just get Del Taco. We drive straight to Vegas from here. We've seen everything we see at E3. So Gus says, I swear to God, this is at 1 a.m. If you say Vegas one more time, I'm getting out of this van.
I may or may not have been a little drunk at this point as
little?
well.
I'm gonna say may. And I said, fine. I go, okay, fine. I give up. I will not mention Vegas for the rest of the night. I apologize.
No.
Because I said Vegas.
You said, really? You're that upset? You would leave the van if I said Vegas? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, he's testing me. Because I was like, I just said I would leave the van, and he just said it. I was like, if I don't leave, he knows I'm a pussy. So I have to leave.
Oh, no.
I know you're a pussy anyway, whether you're in the van or out of it.
I remember I started punching the back of your seat.
You did. Like a big pussy.
I opened the van door and just walked out.
Into the night.
It was my first time ever in LA. This was in 2001, before like iPhones and maps and shit.
You were alive then too.
Like I walked a block down the street, realized my mistake.
What have I done?
Yeah,
I made a huge mistake.
Like he's right. It was like this was a sketchy ass part of LA.
It was pretty seedy.
It was near Hollywood, right? It was like down.
Yeah, it was in the Hollywood area.
Yeah.
So I walked.
It's one of those places where you're like walking, and you stop and you go, "Hey, do I know my blood type?" Like you actually ask yourself that question.
Yeah, I walked into a 7-Eleven, withdrew cash from an ATM, and just started trying to find a cab. So I got a cab. I took a cab back to our hotel.
Go ahead.
I packed all my shit, and I was like, I'm flying back to Austin tonight. Fuck this. I'm going home.
No.
He left a note on the bed.
Are you serious?
See you in Austin, bitch.
Like, yeah,
That's exactly what I wrote.
No, I wrote, see you in Austin, asshole.
Asshole.
Wait. So did you guys go to Vegas?
No. So that they're looking for me. They can't find me because I
because you're an asshole.
They're driving the streets in the ghetto looking for you.
I start calling the airline. I realize I cannot get on a flight that night. So like, fuck. So I'm so spiteful and vindictive that I found another hotel to stay at. And I booked a night at the other hotel.
It gets worse.
How does it get worse?
I had a cab take me over there.
Okay.
These guys can't find me. I'm not responding to any of their phone calls or texts.
Fucking dickhead.
The next morning, they're like, hey, where are you?
He has such regret. He's like, I'm at this hotel here. It takes us fucking 3 hours in a van to find him in LA because he doesn't know where he is.
I told you, you didn't know where I was.
We
I
were
told
driving
you exactly where I was.
everywhere, and Jeff was
Did
like...
you call his name like a lost dog?
Jeff says I was like slowly squeezing the steering wheel so hard that it was like pinching the steering wheel, and Jeff's in the passenger seat like this, watching me, and he said I got madder and madder. I got in a fight with a guy at a gas station because I stopped to ask directions. It was a nightmare. Such a child. It was like the worst, and Matt was like, who the fuck is this guy? First time he's ever meeting Gus, that like he throws this tantrum, and like when he went off into the night, he throws open the side door of the van. He throws it open like this, and all you see is Gus silhouetted against the night sky like this. He's walking in the air. Yeah, he's so mad. He's like,
okay, wait. So what's your issue with Vegas? Like, what?
No, like I just didn't want to go to Vegas, and I felt like I was being forced to go to Vegas.
He had a bad
So what? What happened?
I didn't want to
So
go.
what? Don't go to Vegas. Don't go to Vegas.
I took you to Vegas like 3 or 4 years later, and you loved it.
I like Vegas.
Yes.
I just didn't want to go at that time. It was, like you said, it was late at night. I didn't want to spend 5 hours in a van with my contacts in.
You are such a
and get there.
stubborn fuck. You are so fucking stubborn.
I am.
It is
I was
infuriating how
just
fucking
gonna say,
stubborn
when
you
we
are.
were in LA, Jack and I, we were there for like a machinima thing. We went to this place called Waffle House, or is it just called Waffle?
The Waffle.
The Waffle.
Best
And we
place
went
in
there,
the-
and we
or
met
in-
people
in
there,
LA.
and like, Jack's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Waffle. Jay or Dan there, Jordan,
Can I
Swears.
say, Michael,
Jordan
can I interrupt
Swears?
you for
Yeah,
just 1 second?
Go ahead.
I love that your voice for Jack is the same as your voice for the internet.
Yeah,
I don't know
whatever.
why. I just love
Yeah.
that so much.
Jack's like, oh, what are you doing?
I'm gonna build a house.
So we go to the Waffle House or whatever. Again, I already
Waffle.
forgot.
The Waffle.
Sure.
The Waffle.
I don't mean to do
Waffle
it
House
to
is
justice.
shitty. The Waffle is
okay?
amazing.
Okay, so we go to the Waffle, right?
The
And
Waffle is
it's
sponsor
a diner, right? It's a breakfast place, and they have lots of good food. But we go there, and we met other people there from Machinima, and Jack's like, I'm gonna get this waffle, and someone's like, I'm gonna get this waffle, and everyone's like, I'm gonna get this waffle, I'm gonna get this waffle, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this, and it was like a cheeseburger or something with like an egg on it, and Jack was like, you're not gonna get a waffle? And I was like, no, I want a waffle. He's like, it's called the Waffle. Why are you get a waffle?
Called the Waffle.
Yeah, but I didn't
know
want a
waffle.
No. But I didn't pick the fucking place. You're like, this is where we're going. And like, he had a fit that I was the only one there that didn't get a waffle. So, because I'm an idiot, I was like, I just kept playing it up, and I was like, oh, my burger has an egg on it. Can you believe it? So I kept saying to Jordan, like when I got it, I was like, it's got an egg on it. So like to this day, like if I go out to eat and I get a burger, I'll order it with an egg and then tweet it to Jordan. I'll be like, look at it. Like one time I went out, this is like months and months later, and Lindsay ordered a cheeseburger with an egg on it. I was like, oh, you gotta tweet it to Jordan. You gotta tweet it to Jordan. And she was like, why? I'm like, just do it. Just do it. He'll get it. He'll get it. And she tweeted it, and she's like, why did I do that? I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you. I just didn't tell her.
Well, now
You would think
Now I
that
did.
at the waffle they would use like a Belgian waffle cut in half for the bun.
Yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't like only waffles were on the menu. They had other things on the menu, but apparently I was an
That's why
outcast for
they
ordering
need you, man.
something.
They
Yeah.
need you.
You don't wanna
gotta
pigeonhole
come up with simple
yourself.
ideas. Since we're talking about drunk stories, this is kind of relevant. So we all follow the Texas Longhorn football team, right?
Unfortunately.
Collegiate football
Sadly.
team. So what are you gonna do now that football season's over?
Well, no, we got Iowa State at home.
Oh,
in
shut the
3
fuck up.
weeks.
Anyway, we got destroyed by
we're
our
like-
biggest rival, which is Oklahoma University.
We've only lost
Hey,
2
It's
games.
9-3 you still suck.
If anybody saw the
suck.
posts about this big tech statue that caught on fire,
That
Oh,
looked like
dude.
Christ.
Satan's hellspawn.
good riddance to that fucking thing. It's a
Good
giant
riddance.
statue
Did
of
you
a
do it?
cowboy. Nah. I had nothing to do with it.
Bernie
Can we please move that goddamn game to Cowboy Stadium?
So that game is an enormous game.
Yes.
It's a weird football game where it's not held in Austin and it's not held in Oklahoma. It's held in Dallas. It's at a neutral site because it's such an
It's like
intense rivalry.
halfway between the two
Right.
locations.
In the middle at noon.
So it's a huge game, and we all, of course, everybody goes and gets fucking hammered at the game.
Yes.
Texas got destroyed this year, like 66-3 or whatever was it?
I stopped watching the first quarter.
Who
and
gives a
half.
shit?
I turned it on for like 5 seconds. I was like, no.
It's like if you follow any other sports, it's like I don't know, like Manchester United versus Arsenal or Cowboys, Redskins, or anything like that. It's a big rivalry for our school in particular. Anyway, so the first year I ever went there was this girl who had this stuff called Bear Claw, which was some kind of honey and Everclear liquor
Wow.
that she would make and put in the top of her closet for like 6 weeks to ferment it.
Wow.
And we were drinking that.
That's sophisticated.
I got really fucked up, and I was trying to take care of this older guy who got completely fucked up. That's a funny story.
Take
'cause
care
the
of
guy
him.
Bernie.
No, I got you.
I was actually like
I
holding
can-
him up like at a urinal, like you hold him by the back of the shirt while he's like
Yeah.
wobbling
Or
and
the
pissing,
front.
and then I'm dragging him back down the stadium stairs to his seat, and there's this girl with another drunk girl coming up the stairs this way, and it's like our two drunk idiots lock eyes, and they just start making out like right there in the middle of the stairways. Yeah, it's like we had to break him up, and then I get him back to his seat.
You should have started making out with the other girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, smart man. See, waffles for buns and making out with the chaperone. I should have thought about it. But my buddy John Cross, I call my buddy. I fucking hate him. He's a fucking dickhead. John, if you're watching the podcast, I've never liked you ever. Sorry to break it to you, but he gets the idea. He goes, "Hey Bernie, we're winning the game. It's like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Let's run out of the field." I go, I'm so drunk by this point. I'm like, let's do this. Yeah. So we go down, and it's like one of those things where the first row there's a railing and then a drop off. Like maybe 6 feet drop down.
Maybe 20 feet.
And then a track, and then the football field, right? So, and there's security guards everywhere. And I was young when I went to college. I was 17 when I was a freshman. I turned 17 when I was a freshman in college. And so I was way too young to be drunk and in public like that. And so there's all these people, we're all crowding in. People used to rush the field, I guess, a lot more back then. And we're all crowded, we're all about to jump. And I was excited because John's right there, and he's like, we're gonna do this on 3, we're gonna go. We're all gonna go, it's gonna be a big rush. And so it's now it's 2 minutes left in the game. So he goes, go! So we jump, everybody fucking jumps. I dart between 2 security guards, and there's all these fucking people. We rush the field, the game is still going on. I rushed out there, but I was the first one out, so I was so excited.
Cheering, right?
I'm cheering, I'm the first one out there. I get all the way out to midfield, I turn around, nobody else.
Oh my God.
Damn it. I'm out on the fucking center of the field with the football players by myself. And I'm so drunk. I'm out there. They were like 20, 30 yards away from me, the football team, and the 2 football teams. And then I look up and I say, oh look, the band's coming out in the field. It's not the band, it's security guards. It's like a fucking
fuck you up.
It's a group of security guards, and they start to you around me. And then I realize it, and I'm drunk, and I'm so fucking drunk. I think to myself, if I get to the end zone, they can't touch me.
Was the crowd cheering, Bernie?
Wow.
Bernie.
Miles, can I tell you one of the greatest moments of my life? When I broke the goal line, everyone in that U went, yeah! And cheered, because I was hauling ass. I was drunk.
Get the fuck off, man.
I was struggling to get away from them. I was running, and then I got to the end zone, and then I saw the tunnel, right? I saw the tunnel where everybody comes out, the football players come out, and I thought, I just got to make it to that tunnel. I'm running, I run by the goalpost, and this short Mexican woman security guard steps out from behind the goalpost, and I'm running full speed. She takes both her fists, and she goes, boom, right in the middle of my chest, and I did a fucking somersault. Backwards, land on my ass. And let me tell you, when security guards grab you, they are not nice.
No, they're not.
They were like
the asshole that ran on the field.
They were grabbing my throat and fish hooking me and shit. And this is the unbelievable part of the story. They said, they grabbed me, and one guy goes, he grabs me by the collar and yanks me, and he goes, kid, how old are you? And I said, I'm only 17. He goes, go back to your seat. Get out of here.
What?
Wow. They let me go back to my seat and watch the rest of the
That's really funny.
I would have been in Guantanamo today if that had happened. Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't believe they just sent you back to your seat.
I gotta find some buddies now for the link up, see if any of my friends, because there's pictures of it.
There's gotta be video of that.
No, honestly, there's not video from, not everyone had a video camera.
8mm film, some of those rolls.
There's a wide camera.
And now it appears a boy has run on the field. And, Consuela from Family Guy is subduing. That's what I imagined when he said a short Mexican one. Just no,
she fucking decked me.
Well, we should probably wrap up here. I know we've had
so much fun, Gus.
We've had a lot of great stories.
We'll have more drunk stories next time, right?
We will. Next week we may have a slight format change. We're going to be out shooting something. We're probably going to do the podcast in the field. So definitely watch for that. But anyway, thanks for joining us for this week's episode, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now.
Thank you for joining us,
I'm going to fucking punch Miles.
We would like to thank all of the viewers who tuned in.
Bye.
Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth.